Hello, Margot.
Good morning, Rex.
How are you?
I'm very well. I was quite delighted. I was like, Rex has sent you an invite. And I was like, oh, I'll go get that because I'm on my iPad. And I couldn't find my phone for almost 10 minutes. I was like, where the hell's the phone?
That's why we
Because
schedule
my
it.
iPad, it can work and it will connect, but the sound is very bad on it.
Uh-huh.
So I prefer if I'm talking to somebody to go through my phone. It's a much better reception. Although I think there's a slight delay, but I think that's because we are so far away. I think Ken and that
Oh,
they
you
get a
think
slight
so?
delay
Maybe
as
so.
well. Well,
Yeah.
I only found out really because we were singing on Vic's channel the other morning, and I'm a bit behind. Everybody was saying
Little out of time.
of the music, yeah. So
Uh-huh.
it takes like a couple of seconds. How are you keeping? You sound much better this morning.
I do.
You sound much better.
Good.
That is good.
That is good.
How is Abigail?
Oh, she's still curled up there.
She's like, Dad, why are you up? It's too early.
ah, it is too early. I'm not
But
an early person.
I'm only
She
just
just,
not long back into a really good sleep pattern. I did not have a good sleep pattern for a long time, years. But the doctor gave me these tablets that they help me eat and they help me sleep, and they just help everything. And in the space of about 9 months, I've gained weight. I'm in a really good sleeping pattern, and I do feel much better for it.
great.
Yeah.
I during the season this year, I took some sleeping tablets. I didn't think about it, but
Well, I
just to
don't.
help me sleep.
They're not sleeping tablets. They're actually antidepressants. But
Okay.
they've got these. All three are built into the one tablet.
Yeah.
Which, because of course when you're depressed, I know, well, in my case, some people eat. I don't eat when I was depressed.
Right.
I was depressed for quite a long time, Rex,
Uh-huh.
and not very many people, the people from my group know why, but not many people for Comicsgate and that know why I was quite so badly depressed, because I lost my partner 14 years ago to suicide.
Wow.
So, and then a couple of years later, I then lost my grandmother, my aunt, and then my mother within the space
Any advice to
in the
anyone?
space of 18 months. So I kind of went into myself for a while, but the group on YouTube for the last 2 years, I would say, has been amazing, because I feel as if I'm kind of back to being myself.
Hey, Donut. I have to say hello to Donut.
I don't think we're live yet.
Oh,
Oh, we
yes,
are.
yes.
Sorry, you
I,
never told me that.
I didn't bring you on till
Oh, I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
realise. I thought we were backstage. Hello, everybody, whoever's here.
Perhaps you didn't want to talk about that you
No, I
just
thought we
said.
were private, but it's okay.
Right.
It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Now, in hindsight, what did you learn about suicide?
Well.
Yeah.
Can we maybe talk about comics instead? Because I honestly thought we weren't live.
Or not live. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can talk about something else. Definitely
Thank you. Thank
don't
you.
want to
I did not
get
realise we were
don't want to
actually.
get you depressed.
No, I won't get depressed. I'll just get quiet,
Yeah.
which I don't want to do. I
Right.
was looking forward to a wee coffee
Now,
blether.
would you say that you lost weight
Oh, yeah,
beyond
dramatically. But
what you needed to?
no, I have an illness anyway, Rex, that I can't gain weight.
Uh-huh.
Some people might find that a blessing. It's not. So that was never really an option. But yeah, you can either you
You
go for
don't
one
strike
extreme or
me
the
as a
other.
large eater anyway.
No, I am. I eat like a horse.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do like my food.
Yeah, but do you generally don't gain weight
No, but
because
that is,
you work it off, you burn the energy off.
well, that I suppose as well as it's due to my illness.
Yeah.
And of course, all my babies are starting to pay attention now because I'm talking.
Oh yeah, they'll be clicking across that wood floor.
Yes, they will be clicking just the now.
Uh-huh. Now, what are your babies' names?
Fudge is the eldest. She's the
Fudge.
mum. And then they're all named by my children.
Hey, Glenn. Oh, that's nice.
Good morning, Glenn. Well, Fudge, and then there's Oreo. He's the dad.
Oreo. Is that after the cookie?
Yes, after the cookies.
Okay.
My son loves them. And then we have a Hale and a Millie, and that's 2 daughters from the 2 older ones. I had 5 puppies altogether, but I gave 3 away to friends.
Glenn, we're going to have you on. Talk about Hatch, remember? We're going to have you on pretty soon.
He'll be wearing his I Love New York hat.
I Love New York hat?
He loves I Love
New
York.
Oh, yeah. He wears, yeah. He often wears that, yeah. Things to do today, Margot. Things to do.
Well,
everything I've put off for the last 3 days because of it fell.
Well, you weren't well, so that's not.
Well,
really
I'm still not.
You
totally
weren't fit. You weren't fit to do it.
Mm-mm.
I cleaned out a cupboard type thing this morning, storage. So I've got all that sitting about, but they're quite old stuff. But there's a lot of treasures in here, so I'm going to have a good time later looking through all this. I would call it rubbish, but of course it's not. It is actually. It can be
memories.
Yes, many memories.
Heirlooms. Memories of your grandmother and other people, maybe.
Well, no, I've not got the photographs out. We do have a little suitcase of photographs from many, many years ago.
Yep, soon. Putting the campaign together for launch. Okay, great.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be for Hatch.
What if I don't want to talk comics, Margot?
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk something else.
I know your speciality is gardening.
Yeah, I do like my garden.
Uh-huh.
It's been very wet.
Do you get wild strawberries over there? We have sort of little unedible wild strawberries.
Not really, but I grow strawberries every year. And your strawberry plants that if you go
I knew you did.
If you go to the nursery, they'll last you for a good 3 years. As long as you take care of them, they'll come back for about 3 years.
Yeah.
But they were lying very close to the edge of the grass, and they started growing from the grass. You know, I was like, okay. So this giant strawberry plant on the edge of my grass, which was about maybe 3 feet in diameter. It was pretty big. But it's about the closest to wild strawberries as we would get here. I think we would be the same as yourself. They're not very edible if they're wild. They're a lot smaller. Yeah. They usually start turning red round about maybe April or May, depending on the weather. But it's really nice. You can go out and pick strawberries in the morning for your breakfast. So they're freshly cut and they are delicious.
How was your summer? It was moderate here. How would you describe?
We had a bit of a heat wave when Fanta arrived. She arrived on the 5th of July.
You think overall it was warmer?
It was much warmer here when Fanta
arrived. Much warmer. Okay.
Yes, and then she went down to England and the temperature rose even more, and they had a really long week.
There was
2 weeks of hot weather.
A lot of English people that were.
Yeah, it was a long time. We got nice weather up here because we're Scotland, so it's always about maybe 10 degrees cooler where I am than it is in London. So it was just nice here for us. You could potter about in the garden all day if you wanted, and the dogs could be outside all day.
Now, well, you wanted to talk comics. I just wanted to mention this. Ink Spots, who was a colorist on Frog G. You may know Frog G.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, I'm not sure why, but our comic appears to be gone from the Indiegogo comics list.
Oh.
And it's not searchable on Indiegogo. Only can get it through a direct link. Has anyone else had this happen? Yeah, I can't pull it up either. So that can't, I don't know why that would be.
Do you know of anything like this ever happening before with any other comic?
No. Now, some things have been pulled down for
Other
maybe
reasons,
other
but
reasons.
yes,
Yeah,
but
but,
not
and I,
just disappear.
yeah, if
That's
you
quite
have a direct
unusual.
link, then you can go right to it. But so it
Yeah.
must be up, but and it may be down for a day or two, but that doesn't help on funding, does it?
No, it doesn't.
They're supposed to come on the weekend sometime, and um, we shall see. We shall see if it's up in Adam. Of course, Vic goes on at 11 Eastern, which will be way late for you, I'm afraid.
Yes, it is very late.
Sleep time.
Eastern, that's 5 in the
Hopefully,
morning.
he'll get a bump at the end.
Oh, I hope it does. I really do hope it rockets at the end and it gets a really good boost.
I'm just glad he went into this week and the pressure's off, and
The difference in Vic in the last
Shadowhawk.
3 days has been tremendous. It's he wakes up not worrying, and it comes out when he's online talking to you. You can hear the stress has gone from his voice altogether. So I'm really delighted for him. Good morning, Shadowhawk.
I think he was going through some depression. How long did you go through depression, Margot?
Oh, a long time. But like I said, I lost many people at the
years
same
and years.
time.
Yeah,
it was the same time. I lost literally my support network just disappeared.
Right.
So
that was big life change.
Yes, it was huge life change. It took about 10 years to come back from it. So, but like I said, it was the group on YouTube that helped me to do that. So
great.
I owe a lot to. I know we were shut down because of lockdown for 2 years, but I don't think I would have maybe went looking on YouTube to talk to people if that hadn't happened.
Hey, James.
If the world hadn't shut down. So I've got a lot to thank YouTube for. Many lovely people that I've met.
Today I'm an early bird, but it's about noon over there where you're at, right, Margo?
Yes, it's 7 minutes past 12. Good morning, James.
Hello, Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk's in here with us, joined us.
Good morning.
You hear me?
Yeah.
I can now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure. I'm in my car. It always takes a minute to connect.
Yeah, I was going to say he must be having to be wait because you can't be talking in the house at this time in the morning.
Exactly. Yeah.
You wake up all the kids. No.
Now, do you let the dog out before you leave?
No, she doesn't want to go out early in the morning. I've tried taking her out ever since we got her. She just looks at me in the morning like, "Oh, have a nice day at work, Dad."
Yeah, she's like, "Okay, bye."
Right. She's probably
not getting up this early.
Yeah. Now, where does she sleep? Does she have her own little pillow bed, or?
Yeah, she's got a little doggy bed down in the living room, and she'll usually sleep right between the front door and my oldest daughter.
That was adorable the other day when she brought that pillow over and put it by your feet and then lay down on the pillow.
Oh, I know. That's the first time she did that one. I was kind of surprised.
This is mine. I'm having this pillow.
Now, how old is Daisy again?
Let's see. So not quite a year and a half.
Not quite a year?
She's still a puppy.
No, not quite a year and a half.
Oh, year and a half. Okay. Yeah, she's still, you can tell she's still a puppy, yeah.
I class anything under the age of 2 still a puppy.
Yeah, pretty much.
They still got room to grow.
Scratch behind my ear and see what I act like.
Well, watch my leg.
Yeah.
Oh, so I saw you were up early this morning, right? I woke up and saw you just quit streaming at like 3 o'clock or something.
Yeah,
you were on when I woke up.
Have an echo there on your side, Shadowhawk. I did that stream and then went and watched some TV, and here I am.
Well, Captain was streaming. I don't know if he still is streaming. I was on his earlier.
Yeah,
streaming for a while.
Kind of busy. Hey, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hey,
Genuine
Dave.
Comics.
Dave,
congratulations again.
Yeah.
Now, if I counted right, and after a while, there's a bunch of videos to count. I think this is my 406th video.
Wow.
So wow, yeah, it's been growing since last time I took a count. I think the last time I counted, I had Jiminy on. Now I was only counting the 4 o'clock shadows. I think I was like up to 8. Must have been maybe 180 something, 186.
You stream at least twice a day now.
I know. Well, I have the time, and I people seem to like the earlier morning. You know, I mean, like Dave, he doesn't always get to come in here because he's from the Netherlands. Glenn doesn't either because usually it's at bedtime, and he has a lovely wife there.
I say hello at night time, and they say hi, good night.
Yeah, right. Yep, and you're like early. I mean, it's late for you and late for Caroline and Carrie, and so this is a little bit more convenient time for you.
It's a fantastic time
usually
for me.
goes to work about this time.
Most people are at work just now, but I don't work, so this is a really good time for me to chat.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, I've called it the nooner before.
Yeah.
Even though it's way early here, it's just like 6 here.
UK noon.
Yeah. UK noon. Exactly right. Or Scotland. I guess you're all UK, right?
Yes, we're all the UK.
Or the Empire. Yeah.
United
Now, is the whole Empire in the same time zone? It's not, is it?
Yes.
Oh, it is?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Well, it goes by the sun. That's how your time difference goes.
Yeah, I must be a vampire. You generally sleep when the sun's up. Now, I'm a night owl, but and work at nights, but and like to do things at night. But
yeah, but you've been working for nights for how many months now?
Right.
So it takes a while to come back out of that routine of being
at least 6 months.
Yeah, throughout the night. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while.
I think I'd stay in it anyway. I mean, I worked when I worked for World Color Printing Company. I worked third shift. I worked second and third.
We would call that.
And I enjoyed third. I enjoyed second, but when I switched to third, I really enjoyed that mostly.
I think we would call that back shift and night shift.
Yeah, night shift.
Night shift, you work through the night, but you get extra money if you work through the night.
Shadowhawk, did you see what Ink Spots had put up on Twitter?
No, I don't think I did.
Yeah, he said, I'm not sure why, but our comic appears to be gone from the Indiegogo comics list. And it's not searchable on Indiegogo. And I found that to be true. Huh?
I said I did see something about a shadow ban, but I didn't have a chance to really look into it.
He said that the only way to do it is have the direct link to find it. And I found that out to be true because when I saw this, I did a search for it. And I think I was trying to look it up the other day and it didn't come up and I didn't think that much about it.
Yeah, come to think of it, we were going through all those campaigns the other day. I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah. And they're supposed to be on sometime this weekend. And that's crazy. It's still up on Indiegogo, but nobody has access to it unless they have the direct link.
Which is about
BS lately. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. BS lately. The British Empire is not on the same time zone as it covers the world. The sun never sets on the Empire, but it's not the same time.
Well, everybody went to Washington and they all decided that London would be where it would be 0 hours. And if you go east, you would minus an hour. And if you go west,
Well, that's why I asked, because the old adage was the sun never sets on the empire. Now, after World War II, I know England lost a lot of its satellite, provinces or whatever you want to call them, part of the empire. So I didn't know if, I imagine you still had things like India, and surely India's in a different time zone, right?
Well, India is, yeah. I don't know. You need to put wherever it is sitting on the equator. Is it
Indiegogo is making Comics Gate move?
Yes, as Glenn says,
we
have
don't
the
have an empire
Commonwealth
now. Yeah.
But we don't have an empire anymore.
Captain Raid?
Oh, is it Captain Raid? Yeah, because Captain was on.
We have the
Hello
Commonwealth.
again, Captain. Yes, we have a Commonwealth. There is no British Empire anymore. There's no empire.
I had asked you once if you thought that Scotland should have the independence, and I think you said no. Or maybe you said yes.
The country decided, we voted as a country, and the country said no. So,
Yeah. And you don't see that coming up again?
No, not in my lifetime again. Everybody else, there's a few people seem to think it's going to happen again, but I don't think it'll happen again.
Why don't you?
Well, the way the economy is at the moment, I don't really think it's a good idea. But if we went independent and we were given independence and we're a solitary country again, we have to then make our own trades. We have to go into agreements.
There's a lot to set up.
It's going to take well over a decade to try and build up some sort of regime with other countries. Stuff. So I don't think it'd be a good idea.
And right now, it's not a good time to do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like you're starting from scratch, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, when did you vote on the independence?
Oh, it was a few years back now. I can't actually remember. What date? Glenn will remember the date.
Yeah, he probably would.
Glenn agrees if Scotland got independence, they would be finished. We've got no currency, no army.
Yeah.
Because we don't have any currency of our own. We are...
let's
Queen's legal
face
tender.
it.
It would be the King's legal tender.
I don't think you have any enemies right now, right?
No, I don't think we do.
So, I mean, you could probably do totally without an army. For a while, anyway. Till you could get some up, right? Now, if you were on a border of a hostile country, you couldn't do that. But I think you're pretty safe, where you're at, right?
Well, we are an island, yeah.
Huh. Very interesting. Sturgeon is like the Ramoners.
I don't know who the Ramoners
doesn't understand that when you lose, you lose. Hello, Joseph Dredd. We are
Hi,
quality.
Joseph. Good morning.
Captain Raid, all two of us. She must have been over Captain Infinity and beyond. I think I sent you a link, Caroline. What was your favorite show growing up, Margo, on TV?
I'm sorry, my favorite show growing up?
Yeah, your favorite show.
Wait till I have a good think.
I guess it really depends on how old you were.
What age I was. Right? There was a few cartoons when I was young, but as I became teenager, my favourite kind of thing to look forward to was called Art Attack. And it was all about drawing and how to do stuff. And absolutely loved that, Art Attack. It was only on once a week, but it was nice to watch. my whole life was about drawing when I was young. Had loads of time to do it then. Not so much when you become a mum, but
right.
Plenty of time when you're younger.
Looking back on it, would you do anything different?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But again, I have kids, so I look at it, if you change something, then it would change what you have. So no, I wouldn't change anything. What was your favourite show when you were growing up, Rex? Or is that Hercules?
No, I didn't remember Hercules till Doc put that in the opener that he did for me.
Yeah, your introduction.
You did, Rex, but I'm going to get on with stuff while listening today. That's fine. I like Rent-A-Ghost and all the art shows.
I enjoyed
Animal Magic with Johnny Morris.
Yes.
I don't know. There's, I mean, wow.
Definitely, these are British programs. We only had about an hour of, I'd say, children's time on the television a day. It was only maybe about an hour.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays you've got channels dedicated to kids all day, every day. So, but we only got an hour. And then we had John Craven's News Round, and he would tell you all the interesting news that had gone on.
Hey, Rex,
sorry, I had to blow my nose. Huh?
I said I'm here, but I'm having some connection problems on the car, so I'm just going to be mostly listening.
Okay, you sound pretty good. Glenn Fleming says my favorite show was anything Gary Anderson, Fireball, XL5, Stingray, Thunderbirds. Yeah, I bet they're a lot of fun. Mr. Claypool. Then Star Trek, Mission Impossible, Uncle, all those shows.
I didn't watch Stingray or the Thunderbirds or that when I was young. That wasn't my cup of tea. But I know.
That was probably before your time, right?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, it wasn't. My son, my brother liked Stingray and Thunderbirds and stuff like that. He was into that.
Well, wouldn't you think that it's more geared towards boys anyway?
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it, you know, like most things are, I mean, girls are different than boys. They like different things.
Well, for years.
They like different things in their entertainment.
Yeah. For years, they would class toys as this is for girls and this is for boys. But they don't do that anymore, which I agree with. Don't do that anymore. My son wanted a kitchen for years and his father refused him, which I thought was terrible. And he loves to cook, you know, but he's like, no. But we were very much so. It was, these are girls' toys and these are boys' toys. But it's not like that anymore. But it was when I was growing up.
Yeah, I think it's like almost a science experiment to a boy. I mean, I would have liked to had one of those easy bake ovens or something like that.
Yeah.
I actually gave home ec. They said I guess they needed a few more people in there and wanted there was 3 of us anyway, three guys actually take home ec.
Good.
For a couple weeks, and then we all dropped out of it. It wasn't our cup of tea, but
but it's a life skill that everybody needs to learn.
Everybody needs to learn.
Everyone needs to learn how to cook, even the basics. As long as you know how to cook the basics, you're good. we weren't allowed to take woodwork or metalwork when I was at school. That was classed as a boys' subject, which I think I would have loved to do woodwork at school.
Yeah, I did some woodworking, and
well, in the last few years, I've built flower boxes and everything, and I've really enjoyed it. So,
oh yeah, I could see where that would be cool. I think we lost Shadowhawk.
The man next door to me can do just about anything. So if I go and I say to him, "How would I do this?" and he'll tell me, and he'll come over and let me know, "No, you're doing this bit wrong. Do it this way." So he's really lovely. So I'm still learning new skills. Slowly but surely.
Hey, Apex, you're up early.
Good morning, Apex. Oh, we've lost Shadowhawk.
Yeah, we did. Probably a poor connection. I'm sure he's probably listening.
Yeah, because he's in the car and traveling.
Have a wonderful day at work, Shadowhawk.
At work, yeah.
Did you see my picture of when I ran cross country?
No, I did not.
You didn't. Well, I guess
I
I'll bring it up.
tagged you
then.
in something last night in Twitter. Oh. Did you notice it?
I
found it hilarious. I thought, oh, Rex might like that.
What was it?
It was a beaver building a dam.
Oh.
But the beaver.
I saw a beaver inside building, stacking up wood by the doorway. Was that the same video?
That's the one. Well, I tagged you in. I tagged you in that last night because I thought Rex will think this is hilarious because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
and
that
you
was
your Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is nice.
Shh, baby.
Click, click, click. Up on the rooftop, click, click, click.
Click, click, yes.
Down on the chimney, old Saint Nick. Here it is on Instagram. Robert shared that with me. I'm the one guy up top. There's only 3 of us sitting on the sign, and I'm the guy with my shirt off on the left.
On the left. Okay, yeah.
This was the first. He says, I'm about 99% sure. No, I'm 100% sure that this is Valley View's first cross-country team. Yes, we were. It was Frank Thomas's first year there, which would have been the fall of 1981. Most of our uniforms were basketball practice jerseys, and most of the team wore basketball shoes to run in. Laugh out loud. Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep. And that sign's still there as far as I know. I've actually went down there and sprayed and stuff. Look at those socks, man.
They still have socks like that.
Some
nowadays.
Socks up to the knee, some halfway, some all the way down. Robert's the blonde-haired guy that, well, if you got 2 guys over that are sitting with me, he's right underneath the guy opposite of me on the sign. He was the fastest of all of us, and he was the one that posted this picture.
Okay.
And he married another girl. He actually graduated a year. He graduated with us, I think, and married someone within our class. And they're still married today.
Wow.
These other guys, I don't know. What's happened to them. As far as I know, they're all still living. I think the coach, Frank Thomas may be gone. I don't even know if I was aware that Frank Thomas was a big basketball player. Or baseball, rather. Very big baseball player.
It's nice to have a photo like that, though.
Yeah. I every time I look at that sign when I go down there, I said, yeah, we sit on that sign, took a picture. And I have not seen that picture I mean, that was probably printed in the annuals,
It'd
but I
be in the
lost.
newspaper, yeah. It looks
I
like a
lost
newspaper.
my. That may be out school newspaper. I don't know, but I lost all my annuals years
Oh,
ago, back in '97.
that's a shame.
So, when it comes to, I was in a store a few months back, and I kept looking at this woman, looking at her, and I graduated with her.
Ah,
Had
there
many,
you go.
many memories and other things with her, and it's like, wow, I barely recognized her.
No, but you did.
And
It
I
was in
did,
the
and
back. It was
said
in the
hi to
back
her
of
and
your
gave her a
mind
hug and
somewhere.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rex sure likes to show off his shirtless pics. Yeah, memories. We also started, now I didn't participate in this, but they also started tennis at the same time. We were always known for basketball. I did track, basketball, cross country. That was it.
I done
My
gymnastics.
senior year, I didn't want to, I wasn't a mainstream player. So
Mhm.
I just wanted to enjoy my senior year. So I didn't, after played all the way up to my junior year, and then my senior year, I just didn't. Clapped out all that. Didn't go to the games. Just enjoyed my year. I don't know. Maybe I just threw it away and wasted it. But
No, you enjoyed it. It's not
yeah,
wasted if it was enjoyed.
yeah, I think so. I never was the big sports person.
Neither was I. I did like
I
my
did find
gymnastics
one
though.
sport I'm very good at. That was in college, because they had very limited things you could take in college. Actually, I took gymnastics. I can't say that I enjoyed it, but I did it,
Oh,
and I was proud of what I did.
gymnastics.
Yeah, gymnastics. There were some things that physically no one tried, like the hoops
Oh,
hanging.
we done the hoops and the.
Oh,
So,
you had to be very strong
well,
to
I was
support your own body weight.
very small and bendy.
No one picked that as a routine, though, to learn. I didn't even trust myself on a trampoline. Or you could do flips and stuff like that.
Yes.
I'm like, hell no. I picked the parallel bars and did a routine on the parallel bars,
Mhm.
and on the horse, the pommel horse.
Yes.
And all that by memory. And one thing I do have is a good memory. And I was very proud. I didn't mess up on either routine. Studied
Good.
it till I got it down, and of course you have to be able to sling your whole legs
Your whole leg. Yeah, it's a lot
around
of.
the horse, and
It's a lot of upper body weight. It is because you're holding.
upper body weight. Yeah.
Yes, it's a lot of upper body strength and
getting enough swing
yes,
momentum to get
it's the
around the
momentum
horse.
that makes the difference. Yes.
Right. And I did, so I didn't mess up. And I was
Use the
very proud
energy
of that.
to your effect. Yeah.
Glenn, you miff me sometimes. He says, Rex, I graduated with you, woman. I've never seen you before in my life. Police officer. You're under arrest for
Risk for
stalking.
stalking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the woman I met in the, yeah. No, she recognized me. Most people recognize me. Some people that didn't, they graduated before me and after me. I was pretty well known. Now today I'll be on with Peter Paul Mowdy.
Yes, Peter was saying that yesterday
at 2 Eastern
on his show. Yeah, he was saying he's on tomorrow with Rex.
Now I see what he was saying. He was doing his numbering for his art thing. But now this stream here, I think I took a count. This is my 406th video.
It says 406.
That's amazing. Because the last time I checked on it, it wasn't near that. So, wow, time goes by quite quickly. Seems like quicker the older you get.
It is. Blink and you'll miss it.
Yep. Coming up on like 10 months of streaming, not even a year.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I've still never done a live stream. Never.
Well, that's all I've ever done. I've never uploaded a video, and I really should. It would help my algorithm and probably draw a lot more people in.
Well, if you do the little shorts, like I don't know who it was that suggested it to you last night, but you've got so many collectibles, and you can just do maybe one at a time, or you could do two at a time of a certain group. But I think shorts would get a lot of views.
Hank was saying put, little 30-second videos up on TikTok.
Yes. Well, I don't know how to work TikTok, but Hen and everybody in that, they know how to work TikTok. I don't even have Instagram. I've got Twitter, and I know how to work that.
I set up all these, whether I use them or not, but it was good because we occasionally get people in here from Twitch. I didn't have any videos up on Twitch, but somebody was good enough to post one up on my site so that, I guess I would at least be recognized.
Nice.
And I do get people in here from Twitch. Margot did a hot tub stream. Did you really?
It says Margot, do a hot tub stream.
Do a hot do you have
Hello, Pops Dog. I don't think a hot tub stream would be very forgiving in Scotland at this time of year. No.
Oh.
I think it might be a bit chilly.
Yeah. We don't want to catch pneumonia or a cold like I have.
No, thank you.
No. No, thank you very much. Now, do you have food left out for your babies all the time where they have access to it?
I could. 3 of them behave very well and they only eat their own. But the other one, she just likes to eat everybody's as well. So, no. I did leave it out when they were young, just eat as much as you like. Puppies will stop eating when they stop, kind of thing. But when I started to leave the bowl out after breakfast, if it was just they'd had scrambled egg and I would give them dry food and sit it on the floor, she would eat the whole lot as well as the breakfast. So I stopped doing it because she tends to gain weight very easily. She likes her food. But that's only one of them. The other 3 are really good. They don't take each other's or go into each other's bowls or stuff like that.
This is adorable. Let me bring this up. A pet sloth. Very slow moving. Big claws.
Yes, huge claws to climb the tree. Busy doing nothing all day long.
I till I zoomed in, I couldn't tell. Is that a rabbit? What is that?
It's a sloth.
I didn't know what it was till they really high voice.
Good morning, Vic. Good morning, Tree.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you.
That. Morning.
I remember that movie from my childhood.
I watched all those Disney things, Mary Poppins.
Yeah, me too.
All of them.
I used to
animated
sing,
and the live.
I sang the adverts. I think I knew the adverts better than any song ever.
So how do you think the royals are going to shake out after the Queen's death?
Well, I think Charles will be, I think he will be good at being king. He's been trained for it his entire life. So, but I think it's going to take him a while to try and come to terms with his mum's passing. to have your mum for that length of time is quite, you know.
Yeah.
So I need to come to terms with that. But I do think it won't be long before William is king. I don't think it will be too long.
Why? You think he's gonna?
I don't know. Maybe because Charles was always kind of like backseat because his mum was the queen for such a long time, 7 decades.
Right.
But he's always, I've never seen Charles as the prominent royal. He, you know, it's like, yeah, he's talked about and press right everywhere, but he tends to be quite a private person. Does an awful lot for charity, does an awful lot for kids. Many of the royals do, all the royals do, I think, but Charles was never limelight, you know. Never. Well, to me, he didn't seem as if he wanted the limelight.
Why does Charles III need to wait so long before being coronated?
There's always a wait when Elizabeth's father died. It was a few months before she was coronated.
Time of mourning?
I think it is, maybe. I'm not too sure. TG or Mandy would know. They are much more up to do with the royals than I am. I don't really know much.
Yeah.
He came to our wee town.
I think you're right on his mourning, his mother. He hasn't really had a lot of time to mourn his mother.
70, what is he now, 74, 73? It's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. Were they said to have a good relationship?
Oh, I think he did have a really good relationship with his mum.
Yeah.
Not to make it was probably strained at some point. So all families.
Yeah. Oh, Mom. Really? Oh, Mom. Mothers always are mothers.
Yes.
They're always the parent. Unless they're just some type of phoned up, you know.
She couldn't really be afforded that pleasure to always be mother, because she was queen first and foremost. She was there for her country. And she done the role exceedingly well, and I don't think we'll ever have another royal like her, ever.
Not for a good long time. I mean, you kind of have to. I don't know. You just kind of have to wait and see, don't you?
Yeah.
She was in there for a long time.
Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Mrs. Good Stuff.
Good morning, Mrs. Good Stuff. Hello, Amanda. Amanda B in the house.
Yeah.
Oh, Ian's run stream today.
I don't think our stream's today, Vic. It's tomorrow night. Because today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, you have Michael Bancroft. And then the end of Bay Award.
Yeah, that's when I'll wake up tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, I think.
I have Peter Palmati at 2 Eastern. We'll be on with Peter. Talking comics. And I don't know what he does on that show. I've caught one or two of his shows. I don't know in this art thing, but it seems like he's been doing that for a while. He's got quite a few episodes under his belt with that.
Yeah.
I guess he does that once a week.
I found him through Vic because he was...
Now, we lost Bernie Wrightson in 2017, but today would have been Bernie Wrightson's birthday.
Who is that, please?
He did like Swamp Thing.
Oh, okay.
I think that top panel's maybe from his Frankenstein, which is gorgeous stuff. Yeah, that's from Frankenstein. I think Bernie Wrightson was British.
That doesn't mean I know who he is.
Right. Well, you're tucked away over there in Scotland. Anyway.
I know. Back and beyond. You can't see anybody for miles. It's a wee button Ben hiding up in the mountains.
Do you have beekeepers around there in Scotland?
Well, there are a few people who, and you can also get, I mean, you can buy hives and stuff like that, and you could have a beehive, I suppose, but I don't know many. But there's many bees visit my garden every year. I plant flowers especially for the bees and the butterflies to make them come into the garden. I've done a couple of shorts on that, just showing the bees and the butterflies surrounding the flowers.
Need those to cross-pollinate.
Yes.
One of these days, I'm going to feel better. Maybe today's not the day.
Yeah, maybe once you've had a walk in the fresh air and that, though, you might feel better.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did do that some yesterday. And,
yesterday, yes.
And, when I say yesterday, I mean, I let Abby out not too long ago, and I went out with her, so it's been kind of windy, though. We did get a little bit of rain, so it's a little bit damp, cool, but it's not really cold yet, which I'm grateful for. I just don't think the weather knows what it wants to do right now.
Well,
Margo.
I have a magnolia tree in the back door, and the leaves.
And I'm out of Kleenex, at least out of that box.
There's about 6 leaves left on it now, and they're all brown, and they've all fallen. And at the tip, their buds are beginning to come out, and I'm like, okay, the leaves are still falling off, and you're giving me new buds. Because in the magnolia, the flowers come before the leaves in the spring, but it's just quite unusual to have the buds there at the same time as the leaves are turning brown.
Yeah. Now, what other, besides strawberries, what other
what other, like, vegetables?
What other fruit? Yeah, or vegetables, or both.
I don't do any fruit or vegetables. I do strawberries because I like the colour of them. It's a lovely colour to have in the garden. Yeah. We don't really even eat that many.
How do you keep them from molding?
Well, you only pick them when you need them.
Yeah.
So as long as they're still on the plant, they'll last longer. So you only pick what you need. You can do that every day or every couple of days. My next door neighbour, she grows many vegetables and fruits. She's got apples and she's got rhubarb and sugar snap, peas.
Do you like rhubarb?
Yes, I do.
Do you like it in pie?
Yes. I like it in a crumble better, though.
A crumble?
Yeah.
A crumble to top things with?
Yeah, you crumble, it's a top layer, and then you bake it in the oven. It's quite delicious with custard. But us Brits seem to put custard on everything.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm hot on custard, but I'm usually not hot on things that are good for you. I know that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I'm a picky eater. I'm too picky.
One of my sons was a very choosy eater. Agreed, Joseph. Strawberry and rhubarb is delicious in a cobbler. And Vic says that Charles is descendant from Vlad the Impaler. Chew on that for a minute. Okay.
Charles.
That must be King Charles. That's
Oh,
what
yeah?
I would take him to mean.
Yeah, strawberries and rhubarb. It's delicious, and I've heard it is. Yeah.
Well, your rhubarb's quite tart, and it's quite a tang off it, and your strawberries are just sweet, so it does go well.
Well, I don't think I've ever had rhubarb.
My grandmother used to grow it, and she would cut it for the garden, wash it, and while she was peeling the rhubarb to make probably a rhubarb pie or a crumble or something, if it was the smaller sticks, she would shave them and peel them and then give them to us to eat on the back doorstep.
Oh, wow.
We used to do that as a kid.
So you would eat them raw?
Yeah, which I don't think is good for you. But we didn't know that way back then.
Your digestion?
Well, I'm still here, so I couldn't have done that much harm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kids are resilient. Something that might give an adult diarrhea might not necessarily give a child a diarrhea.
Well.
Or an upset stomach, just saying. Raw rhubarb. Huh.
I know.
Now, what is rhubarb? What type of family is that from? It's a root, right? Is rhubarb a root?
I'm thinking.
You're not sure?
I don't think it is a root.
You don't think it's a root? Okay. Maybe someone knows out in the chat what rhubarb is.
I'm hoping someone
I should
in the chat
know,
knows.
but I haven't had many dealings with rhubarb. People that say strawberry and rhubarb together, though, it's really. Does rhubarb have a bite to it, or is it just kind of plain?
No, it's got a kind of tart taste.
It's a tart, yeah. That's what people have told me. A tart taste. Yep. Yeah, I forgot though. A tart taste.
Yes, Shadowhawk. It looks like celery, but it's red, so it's probably in the same group.
Yeah, probably so.
Celery.
Dip it in sugar. Yum. Would you dip it in sugar?
That's what I done as I was a child. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're having a talk about Beowar in the chat.
Dipped in sugar, yeah. Big night for the Bancroft. I hope Beowar gets away over 200. 200, you think? I'm thinking more like 30 most. Yeah. Yeah, Apex is like very
optimistic.
Optimistic, yes.
Optimistic.
Refund Beowar? Come on, Pops, dog.
Pops, dog, there are no treats for you today.
I have not refunded on one campaign that I have backed. Generally, I back what I want to back. And that's it. I'm all feet in. As long as I get it, I don't care how long it takes, as long as I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, technically, it's a donation. Either way, you see it. With the expectation or the hope that you'll get something.
Yes. But you're putting faith in what you're backing.
Yes, absolutely. What has your family, you have some in your family that smoked? Did they smoke pipes, cigars?
In my family, almost everyone smoked. My grandmother
smoke a pipe?
No,
No?
I don't think any of them smoked pipes. It was all cigarettes.
Okay.
My old uncle, that's my grandmother's brother. He lived with my grandmother for quite a while. He used to smoke Capstan cigarettes.
Capstan.
They're
Okay.
very, very old. I don't think they had
Old
any sort of
brand.
filter on them or anything.
Uh,
But he's an old sea dog, so he was. He was in the Navy.
when I was very, very young, women would chew tobacco.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Not over here, no.
No.
But I know my grandmother told me stories when she was 15, that they used to go and sit places, and she had a photograph and there was a cigarette in her hand. And I said, why do you have a cigarette in your hand? And she says, because it was how it made everything look cool. Because the photograph is from like the 1930s. And she's sitting on a wall. She's kind of like 14, 15 years of age.
Like they did in Hollywood, really. I mean,
Yes, and it was seen to
kind
be
of
glamorous.
a status thing, wasn't it?
Yes, it was a glamour thing. But she did say, no, we only held them for the photographs. And I was like, okay then.
Apex has a character called Mr. Rhubarb.
Oh, cool.
Maybe we can grind him up and make him into Cobbler. Maybe not.
But he's a superhero. I don't think he'll be able to grind him up.
Well, I don't know if he's a superhero or not.
That's what Apex says.
He could have been a bad guy.
Financier for the Enforcers Incorporated.
Yeah.
Part of the super team.
Maybe so. Yeah, I almost wish I could go back in time.
Why?
And talk to my grandfather and grandmother and some people that have went through.
Yeah. I was very blessed. I had
the Depression and war, and
she was. I was 42 when she passed away, so I had my grandmother for 42 years, which is extremely long.
Yeah.
She was a very, very wise woman.
Well, it's good to know that you followed in her footsteps.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Well.
I'm still learning.
Now, what are you doing to save up to come over to see us?
Oh, no, well, I've got a couple of things that will mature next year.
Okay.
That's what I'm planning on.
That should be interesting. Are you just going to come stay with Fanta? Is that the plan, or?
Well, I don't want to put Fanta out
right
together, but I would definitely.
But it's nice to know somebody over here.
Yes. I'd like to visit quite a few people. I've got to know quite a few people over the last 2.5 years, and there's a few people I would like to just say hello to.
I guess you have, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I certainly hope we can get together in Memphis and have some of that world famous barbecue that I'm always disappointed in.
Why is it world famous if you're disappointed in it then?
Well, I mean, they say, and they do have some good barbecue, but yeah, I don't see how you get much better than the place I go to now to get barbecue. In fact, there's some people that come over from West Memphis and Memphis. West Memphis is over in Arkansas, where I'm at, and Memphis is in Tennessee, of course.
Yes.
The home of Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley. My son visited that. My son's been to America a couple of times.
Went to Graceland, I guess.
He went to Gracelands. They toured America the second time. It wasn't toured it, but they done a road trip the second time they visited because he was a bit older. And I think they drove up the East Coast. He said he had a great time.
There'd be no way I would like to drive, really.
But I've never been, so I would like to go. He also they went to visit when they got to New York. He went to visit the Foo Fighters. Not visit. He went to see the Foo Fighters play at the Madison Square Gardens. Is that correct? Is that the right place?
I think, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So he went to see Dave Grohl performing live at Madison Square Gardens, and he was far too young to appreciate it. I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, I would like to go see Graceland one of these days. I've been right by there, but I've never went in, never taken the tour of anything.
Well, Elvis was my mother's favourite. That was her utter favourite, complete hero.
Yeah. Well, he changed culture. That's for sure.
I think I've seen every Elvis movie about 15 times because she watched all of them.
Yeah, he did do several films, didn't he?
He did, yes.
Yeah.
There you go. Mrs. Good Stuff went to Graceland last year. Fantastic.
Yeah, and went to Rendezvous, best of all that we tried. Yeah, I would say so. I've been to Rendezvous a few times, although it's been decades.
But I want to go and see the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I've never seen that hole in the ground either.
I want to actually go and see. I don't want to fly over it and see.
And if you go way over there, you might as well go to Yosemite, but that's ready to blow up like a volcano.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's quite beautiful from what I understand, natural beauty. Yeah, Rendezvous is like you go into like this cellar area where they have the barbecue and sit. And Mrs. Good Stuff, did you take a horse and buggy? Because they have a horse and buggy that you can
that would be fantastic.
Go around, in.
Joseph says, go to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. See, this is good. I know people over there, and it's like, well, where's the best places to visit?
Right.
Tell me what to go and actually look at.
Yeah. It's like they have the Blues over there in Memphis. They have the like Bill Street, which is they'll have different people playing and things, and generally people going to bar.
It sounds really good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Old Orpheum Theater there.
Yeah, hotel in Kanab, Utah, and then drive towards the north rim of the Grand Canyon. I can't drive.
You think next year you're going to go to the Grand Canyon?
Well, I want to try and do as much as possible, but
right.
My main reason for visiting next year would be to meet people that I've met through YouTube. That would be my main reason. You spend time with these people sometimes on a daily basis, like yourself. I speak to you now every day, whether it's in the chat or like this, on a daily basis.
Right. Yeah.
I'd like
it's amazing. These people. It makes the world a little bit smaller.
Just a little bit smaller. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what we need? A smaller world?
Oh, well. Maybe a united one.
Or do we need a larger world?
No, a united one would be nice.
United one, yes. Well, there's always going to be wars and rumors of wars and things going on somewhere in the world. There's always going to be some strife.
Human nature. It is human nature. But
something going on.
There's more good people in the world than there are bad. That's just a fact.
Are you sticking to it?
Yeah, I fully believe there's more good people than there are bad.
Yes, Joseph Dredd says there's always going to be malcontents. Absolutely. Nah, we drove, but we did stay there through Graceland Hotel and got a ride. Pink Cadillac. Pink Cadillac. Yeah.
Pink Cadillac.
Marlowe's barbecue restaurant. Yeah.
All of this.
I actually, when I worked at a
amazing.
printing company, we printed a book. I have it around here somewhere. I have a couple copies of it, magazine, where they did a review on Texas barbecue, Memphis barbecue, North Carolina barbecue, I guess, Kansas City barbecue, who's got the best barbecue and how they make it. And they featured about 4 or 5 different places. Corky's was one of them. Rendezvous. I think Payne's was the one that had the barbecue bologna. I would like to try that. Although bologna is basically trash meat, you know. It just is, but my father really liked bologna.
I don't know if I've ever tried bologna.
Yeah. I don't know how to describe it to you. But I enjoy it. I can eat it cold, but I do like to fry it. But just basically avoid it, to tell you the truth. Try and eat better than that, It's like everything in the kitchen sink thrown in.
Well, that's why people say it's a load of bologna, because everything's in it.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Trash meat, some people would say. I was trying to avoid saying that, but a lot of hot dogs are like that too.
Leftovers, yeah.
Yeah, well, beaks and feet and, hearts and lungs and, I don't know. Huh?
Nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing. Just the thought of it. Yeah. Well. As they say in Highlander, who wants to live forever?
Joseph, I was thinking the same thing. It sounds just a bit like haggis. Everything was thrown in there.
Oh, is it really? I mean, on the old recipe, not so much today.
Mostly spices and oats was what it used to be. That's when meat was scarce.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like over here. They would put onion in case, instead of the meat. I mean, with the meat.
It's to bulk the food, yeah, to make the food go further.
Yes, exactly. Just like you were using oats for that.
We would use oats to make the food go further, yeah.
Yeah, to extend it out.
Because that's what was close to hand for us.
That's probably why they put, rice or started putting maybe corn in meatloaf or crackers or breadcrumbs. Yes. Probably to extend it out. It's just by tradition. It just kind of, this is the way Mother made it.
It's my grandmother.
That's the way I've always made it.
Oh, Glenn says that when you visit, he's going to make you his Indian curry.
Oh, God. I can't eat that, Glenn. That's too spicy. I know he said that before, but it's like, I don't even, I might try it for you, but
I don't put breadcrumbs.
I can't do spicy. I can't even do remotely spicy.
I don't do spicy either, Rex. I've never done spicy. It just doesn't agree with me.
It doesn't agree with me either.
My palate was not designed for spicy food.
Yeah.
I do not enjoy it.
Mine's not either. I actually got some barbecue beans with some finely chopped. I mean, very finely chopped. I thought they should have warned. And I've got beans there for a long time. And I didn't know that it had the jalapeno peppers in there.
Oh.
And it blistered my lips for 3 days.
Oh dear. Drink milk.
It was like milk. Water blisters, the inside of my.
Oh,
yeah, it was it. And I got down to like the last couple of bites before I realized it was even in there. I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this from now on.
I make my children curry and stuff like that, but I don't particularly enjoy it. But I do make curry for my kids. I do that in the slow cooker though, so that does all the cooking for you. You don't need to watch it. You just put everything in and go off.
I spent 6 weeks in India going all over in that time. I had only 2 curries with meat and one that was what you might call spicy.
Spicy. Yeah, Glenn says we're eating the wrong things.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably wannabe curry that's over here.
Oh, Tree Goblin, fantastic.
Now, do you make meatloaf? Because there's some people are like, meatloaf, what's that? And I'm like, you're kidding, right?
My mother made meatloaf, so I make it the way that she does, but I don't put the breadcrumbs in. I just put crackers in.
Well, Vic said that salami was like one of those combination trash meats. I know this is very, very oily.
Yes.
If you cook it, it's really, really oily. Yeah. I guess a lot of fat content, maybe.
Well, yeah, it must be.
Because I put it on my pizza, and my pizza's like an oil slick. Sorry, my nose had to run down to the corner store. Fried bologna is great for breakfast.
Okay. Popstock says you have 1.5 hours that you are allowed to stream because Pops Van Cat gets on.
Right. Yeah, he schedules throughout the day.
1.5 hours more, Rex. That'll be it. I thought that, Glenn, when you were talking, you only use the real ingredients in your curry. You make it from scratch.
Yeah, and does your curry have a lot of meat in it? Is that what you're saying? And it's not necessarily spicy?
No.
I might like that.
Potato and pea curry he's talking about there.
Oh, potato and pea curry. Okay. Eyes are watering, nose is watering. No pressure, really. But it's darn inconvenient, Margo. Especially when you're trying to stream and talk.
Yes. Yeah, but you were run down from having your 36-hour marathon thing. 26.
Having my what?
You were run down from streaming for so many hours.
Yeah, I think so. It got to me and Vic.
Then you may have caught something because you were so run down.
Yeah, probably so. I use only real ingredients for my curry. No pre-bottled sauces. All real stuff. A guy over there gave me his recipe for his potato and pea curry. It's gorgeous. He's very proud of that. Curry is awful smelling. Okay. It might open the sinuses up. That might be a good thing. But yeah, I just don't do the spicy stuff, Margo. Scotland's really not known for its spicy food, is it?
Oh, well, I'd say, yeah.
Oh, you would say, yeah. Okay.
Both my children love spicy food.
Yeah.
Both of them. It's me that doesn't. I'm the odd one out.
And what do they eat that's, quote, spicy?
I'm not sure anything.
You're not sure?
We've got some lovely Indian restaurants around here. Really lovely ones.
Okay.
And they always do well.
Apparently, it must be popular because there's people that love to eat that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's different. For me, I don't know. I guess I'm just.
My favourite food, if we had a choice, it would definitely be Italian, because I love pasta. Any sort of pasta.
Yeah, pasta.
Anything
Yeah.
at all.
Now that's definitely
Pasta
dense.
and pizza. Pasta and pizza. You can't beat them.
Yeah, but wind up 300 pounds before you know it.
Yeah, that's where I was lucky, because I didn't actually know I was ill for a long, long time. But because I never gained weight, and I've been able to eat literally whatever I like.
Yeah.
And they kept telling me to wait for middle age and you would start to fatten out. It didn't happen.
You definitely want to work it off. If you eat it.
Well, I work in the garden every day though, so.
Yeah, well, but unless you got a shovel and you're just really doing strenuous, I mean, the garden's piddling around.
No, really, you're walking about for at least.
Yeah.
You're not just sitting still.
Yeah. I mean, you can get busy in a garden, and then there's some gardens that you just kind of meander around and.
Well, there's a lot to do in the garden at the moment because it's fall and there's loads of leaves, and then there's burning
leaves.
The old leaves. Yeah, I need to get the leaves brushed up.
Yeah, you need to do some raking.
Yes, and then I need to burn some wood before the wet weather arrives, and I'll not get to burn anymore.
When should the wet weather?
Well, it's usually always wet, but it's not too cold just yet. But when it's cold
wet and cold, yeah.
I don't like putting the burner on. I like having my wee burner on. It's nice.
Yeah, it'll get there. Weather definitely get here. Wet and cold's a bad combination. Runs through you.
Yes,
chills you to the bone. Hypothermia, not a good thing.
Well, this is why we all wear wellies and jumpers.
What is a wellie and what is a jumper?
Wellington boot. A Wellington boot.
Okay.
We call them wellies in Scotland.
Now, here's a very short-sighted American thing, but I have to say it because it sounds funny when anybody says it. I wish you people would learn English. I just don't understand half of what's being said, but I like to learn. Definitely like to learn.
Every day's a school day. You can always learn.
Every day's a school day. You can always learn. My second grade teacher said, anytime you, of course, this isn't true. I knew it wasn't true back then, I think, but said every day you learn something, you put a new wrinkle in your brain. I was thinking, man, your brain ought to look like a walnut by now. Because she was pretty smart. I thought she was pretty smart. We would make like critter cages and catch crickets and study crickets and how many eyes a grasshopper. She had sort of, I guess, like a science bent to her.
We did not have a teacher like that.
I was questioning. Yeah, most people didn't. I was questioning. I remember we were reading Gulliver's Travels.
Oh, I read that as a child.
And I said, oh, how could a string hold down a big guy? So she says, okay, lay down here on the table, which I did. And she put this string across my nose. And then she said, get up. Well, it was cutting into my nose, so I didn't get up. So like, oh, okay. All right. Lesson learned.
Read Vic's comment.
Okay. Who's Vic? Yeah, I just started talking to you too, like I was on panel, and then like, why are they ignoring me?
Why are they ignoring me?
It's kind of like I'm on mute. I'm mute for the last 10 minutes.
We can't hear you, Vic. Shout louder.
Yeah, a jumper is what you call a sweater. Yeah.
Yes, a sweater.
don't know what brought that on. Dog. Are Willies named for the Duke of Wellington?
It may be, Joseph.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, to be honest, but probably he'll be in there somewhere, more than likely. Braveheart has to be in my... I never really answered my own question about favorite TV show. That would be tough. But movies, I mean, I don't know about a movie either, but definitely Braveheart would have to be in my top 20, let's say. It is a very good movie.
It had to rank up there. Might even be in my top 10. Tombstone's another one. Of course, I like a lot of the stuff Mel Gibson did around that time. They Were Soldiers was really good. The Passion of Christ was very good.
I've watched that. That was absolutely brilliant. That movie.
Which one?
The Passion of Christ.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm watching something now similar tonight, or have been. It's just, I forget what it's called, but came out, about 10 years ago. And it's interesting to compare all the biblical movies through the years,
Yes.
And see how they vary with and what scriptures they kind of a bunch of the scriptures are always covered, but there's always some that aren't, or others are emphasized.
Well, there's over 100 commandments, but most people only know 10.
Yeah, not all dogs go to heaven, Pops.
I was laughing at that. Not all dogs go to heaven, Pops.
Yeah, the Apocalypse, or whatever it was called.
I don't know that movie.
Yeah, I mean, it showed you that culture. I need to rewatch that. I think I have it. Yeah, I when it got to the flatulation scenes, not flatulation scenes, but when they beat him with the whip. Okay, let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
With the cat of nine tails, and they're ripping his back up. In the Passion, they tear his back up, and then they flip him over. And even in this movie, I wouldn't say it's a mistake, but they fall into the same tradition of saying we're going to whip him 40 times. Now, why do they say 40 times? Well, I'll tell you why they say 40 times. Because that was the Jewish tradition. But there's the rub, as Captain would say. Or what I would think he would say anyway. You ain't got time to be flatulated.
Ain't got time.
Or have flatulation, for that matter. But who was whipping Christ? Was it the Jews? No, it was the Romans.
It was the Romans.
Exactly. So they could beat him as much as they wanted to. There was no limit of 40. So I thought it was kind of brilliant, to use one of your words. Brilliant that once they got done right doing his back, they turned him over and started hitting his chest, front area.
Mm-hmm.
He was hamburger helper, I like to say. By the time they got done with him, it was no wonder that, the Via Dolorosa, of course, that he stumbled and failed, about 7 times on the way to Golgotha.
Yes.
Now, I think that you can't prove it by scripture, but everything's intertied. You look for those connections. The place is called Golgotha, or the place of the skull. Well, why is it called the place of the skull? Well, I think the reason is even though you can't prove it by scripture, I think it's called the place of the skull because David cut off the head of Goliath and buried it somewhere in Jerusalem. Now, doesn't it make sense that place became known as the place of the skull. This giant skull out of tradition. Again, it's not a big issue. It's just intriguing to, and it would make the crucifixion of Christ even more ironic, the place that he, like I say, even in death, his enemies were under his feet. There's significance, he's no longer on the earth, which is cursed, which will be renewed, and then the earth will be blessed again, right? In a state of blessing. It'll be the inheritance, the meek shall inherit the earth. Why? Because the earth is man's inheritance. And we, the people, are God's inheritance. So it's just very significant that Christ was put between heaven and earth, between the blessing and the curse, took the curses off the earth and put them up on the cross. And then it is significant as well that the devil's in the atmosphere as well. That's kind of his realm. So it's anyway, I'll turn this into a sermon, but it gets you thinking when you watch these biblical movies. I like King of Kings and Greatest Story Ever Told and others. I haven't watched any of them in a while. There are The Passion of the Christ. Passion was big movie, and for Mel Gibson, he was working up to that, doing that.
It took him years and years.
It took him years of kind of building his reputation as a director and getting the budget, and he's kind of one that really hacks off Hollywood, almost like Clint Eastwood, because the critics hate what Mel Gibson what he does. They hate what Clint Eastwood does. Yet generally their movies are well liked and make a lot of money.
Overall, exactly, yes.
Yeah. I think the people like them, but the critics don't.
Yeah, but it's the people that make the money for them, not the critics.
Absolutely. They're the ones buying the tickets.
That's what Mr. Depp says. Everyone, you are all my employers, because if it wasn't for us, he wouldn't have a career. But not all people are as humble.
Well, they don't look at it that way. I think a lot of Hollywood, along with a lot of other businesses, a lot of other things, are take their base for granted.
Yes,
it's really pretty sad. Pretty sad that the customer is not better appreciated.
And the customer needs to be better appreciated. That's how the world works.
Well, you've heard the old adage, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
I'll scratch yours, yep.
I like to say, if you will clean up your backyard, I will clean up my backyard, and we'll have a clean community. There's some people that don't want to clean up their backyard. They want to come over and supervise you cleaning up your backyard and tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
There's got to be a better way than the way you're doing it.
You've missed a bit over here.
Mr. Criticism here. Here's an old comic book. You wanted to talk comics. Science Comics, number 2.
Science Comics,
number 2, from the golden age of comics. And look down there on that banner. It says the Eagle and Dr. Doom. So there was a Dr. Doom way before Marvel's Dr. Doom.
Yeah, he was here before Marvel.
I don't think you can use Dr. Doom now. I think it's probably copyrighted.
It'll be copywritten.
Yeah. But it was used before. I think Stan Lee knew some of these names and was,
Probably.
used them.
They would probably run
Now,
in
did
the
you
same
watch The
circles.
Lone Ranger growing up? Lone
I
Ranger
did.
was
I
great.
did.
Clayton
Yes.
Moore. He started out in some movie serials. Have you watched any movie serials? Like there's 12 chapters to the story or something? It's an extended movie?
No, I don't think so.
Like the old Buster Crab, Flash Gordon.
I remember Flash Gordon.
Yeah. The old one?
The very, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that would have been a movie serial.
Ah, right, okay.
Clayton Moore was in a few of them. He was usually like a mobster, criminal bad guy.
Played the bad guy, yeah.
Back then when he was younger actor, yeah. But this role kind of made him in the comics up to about 1940, and then they stopped writing it that way. There was a very, very strong connection in between Lone Ranger and Green Hornet.
I remember Green Hornet.
Yeah, Lone Ranger was supposed to be one of his ancestors. Britt Reed's ancestor was the Lone Ranger, which was kind of like a Texas Ranger that survived an ambush and became the Lone Ranger and fought for truth, justice, and American way, whatever.
Yes.
Would trigger his horse there. Silver bullets. So even the Lone Ranger, that would be cool. Lone Ranger takes on a werewolf. He could probably take him out with those silver bullets.
Silver bullets.
Yeah. I mean, if you go by the old, the old tropes, he would stand a pretty good chance of taking out a werewolf.
I think he would.
I think silver also might affect vampires. I don't know. It really depends on what story and who's writing it.
It depends on what the author wants to make them vulnerable or impenetrable to.
Yeah, really. I mean, somebody first had to come up with that, right?
On their imagination, yeah.
That they're. I imagine a lot of the vampire lore, though, was laid down by Bram Stoker.
Well, there was a very well-to-do lady. I'm not quite sure where she lived, but we're talking, I think maybe the 17th century, and they actually later found out when they dug up the floorboards that there was bodies under there, and she did actually drink the blood of people. It's way back in, it's like somewhere in deep Europe, but I think these are where most of the stories come from. It's like the folklore, and then it becomes legend, and then it becomes, but there is written works telling you about this. She was a very well-to-do, maybe like a duchess type, that kind of high up, and she lived in this kind of tall castle, and they found the bodies under the floorboards after she passed away.
Dr. Droom. Yeah, there was Dr. Droom before there was Dr. Doom. That was in the Atlas days, right? Kind of like a precursor to Dr. Doom.
Glenn, that must be amazing to be able to sit back and think of your
Doom's
conversation with him. That must be amazing.
Fantastic Four, number 5, April 10th, 1962, cost 12 cents. And that was the first comic that the artist John Byrne, as a kid, picked up. Changed his life. He became a big Fantastic Four reader after that, along with other titles. That was the one that started him off, and he would later go on to do such books as the Fantastic Four, X-Men, Alpha Flight.
Well, my son's favourite character is the Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer, yeah.
He absolutely loves the Silver Surfer.
I think there was a 5-year period they didn't even use Silver Surfer.
They didn't.
Stan Lee wanted to use him sparingly.
I got him this annual a few years back. It's a big Silver Surfer hardback. But he doesn't. It's like my Harry Potter illustrated books. It's to look at, not to open. It's just look at it. Don't open the pages. But I got him that a few years back.
Doesn't trust you. Don't
No,
damage
I'm
my
the
books.
person that keeps it for him because he knows it won't get ruined.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah,
my
you have to
son,
wonder about.
my younger
Do,
son has a Pokemon card. It's a Charizard one. I'm not sure which one it is, but I know it's worth quite a lot of money. And I keep that for him. So he said he will sell that much later. And I was like, okay then. It seems to be worth quite a wee bit just now. So he said if I wait longer, it'll be worth more.
oh yeah, yeah.
That's how I found your channel, because it's collectibles. I was like, oh, go see what this guy's talking about.
Yeah, collectibles. Yeah, I need to get back to showing some more collectibles for people.
Well, that's your passion, isn't it, Rex?
Yeah, I really learn a lot when I look through my own collection.
Yes.
When I share it with others, I actually talk about it, and I actually make a few connections and find some stuff that I didn't realize I had in my collection.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the crowd that are making comics right now. I've like Cyberfrog's colorist. I didn't realize that I had some of his stuff. Comics that he had colored. There's Andy Smith's books. I didn't realize that I had his drawing book. Didn't realize that I had his some of his comics and in different runs. And so it's quite interesting to look for these CG creators in my collection now.
Yeah.
And when I do, I take it. I try and put it aside. Try and put it aside, so that I can possibly get it autographed or just, I don't know. I just want to know.
You never know when you might meet the person.
Yeah. Yeah. I haven't been to a convention in a long time, but the ones that I did, I went on 2 seminal years. Now, these weren't the only years I went, but 85 and 86, DC Comics had its 50th anniversary, and the following year, Marvel had its 25th anniversary.
25th, yeah. That must have been 2 good years.
Yeah, because we got to see all the DC people, a bunch of the DC, and then got to meet, Stan Lee the next year was one that came in for the 25th anniversary. And that's when you could stand in line, not for, a little while, but by the time of his death, oh my gosh, you'd be waiting for hours to get an autograph.
Yeah.
And you'd have to pay for it. You'd have to pay a good little chunk. That's when he was still doing free autographs.
Free autographs, yeah.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun, just to say something to him and to let him know that you appreciated
my son,
his work.
He went to, it's a convention, but it's an anime convention, and it was held in Ireland, so it's called Erticon, and he went for his 21st birthday, and on his left forearm he has a tattoo of Snowvaliers something or other. I don't know if it's whatever emblem it is. And when he went to the convention to find this symbol, was actually on one of their what do you call them, the hunting games. You go and find the clues.
Like a scavenger hunt?
Yes, like a scavenger hunt. And the tattoo that he had on his arm was one of the items, and almost everybody came up to him at the convention. He said it was brilliant because he literally met everyone. It got pictures taken with people. Most people went dressed up because it's anime, but that was he was dressed as Snowvaliers that day. He said it was the best time he'd had in his life, but that was his 21st birthday. So
Apex has a separate box for his Comic Gate books. I do too. I'm talking about like the mainstream stuff that they did. I try and put that aside too, like Ethan's Green Lantern,
yeah.
Yeah. Or at least write it down. I don't get it out of order. Because most of my books are photographed, so that I know I can go to that. Okay, this is box number. Okay, so let's go on here and see what's in it without having to open it up and thumb through it. Oh, Margot. Need to get
Hi,
over
Vincent.
this.
Good morning.
Need to get over this
You're cold.
Yep. It's no fun. Someone give Pop's dogs a treat. He's hungry. He's hangry.
No, he's not. He's not to get any treats today.
Not to get any.
Was
Yeah.
misbehaved.
Hey, LDG. It's been
Hi,
a while.
LDG.
Yeah.
Hi, Topher.
Yep. This is like my 400. If I counted right, this is my 406th video. So wow, really adding some content. Like you said, averaging about 2 a day. Yes. Sometimes 3. Sometimes 4. You know.
It depends how you feel.
Depends. Yeah, I've not felt like crap. Well, I have felt like crap this week. But, you know, this too shall pass. Either the cold will go away or I will go away. One or the other.
The cold will go away.
I think so, yeah. Just have to get rest, take care of yourself, you know.
As long as you're still eating. As long as you're still eating, then.
I'm eating, yes. I actually baked a ham. I actually baked 2 hams in the last 2 days, 2 or 3. It's just easy to do. I'm not looking to spend a lot of time in the kitchen spreading germs and cooking. You know, I want to rest.
I do like baked ham.
If I could lay in bed with you all day and eat popcorn and watch something on the telly, I probably would love to do that. Yeah. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to speak British. When in Rome, do as the Romans
when
do.
In Rome.
You're right. Flamin' Vagora. Let's see, that's Irish. That's leprechaun speak.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. Yep. That's when you first start your day, right? Top of the morning, or it can be any time during the day. It's just basically saying, I hope you have a nice day, right?
Yes.
Okay. Hope you have a nice day. So it can be said any time during the day, right? Or is it basically said in the beginning of the day? Top of the morning.
But we don't actually say that. I don't know if the Irish do say that. Have a good day, yeah. Probably when someone's leaving for the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Or top of the morning could be noontime.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kind of ignorant when it comes to these things. But I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn, Margo. I'm a big proponent in asking questions. That's the way you learn.
There can never be too many questions.
Now, I don't have the book, but I have the cover to this one. I do have a Wiz Comics number 8. I think I showed it the other day. The old trope of falling safe onto the kids.
Oh, I see that. Saved by Captain Marvel.
Yeah, Captain Marvel was sold better than in the 40s than Superman.
Wow.
Maybe 6 million copies a month. That's a lot. They sold millions of copies back then.
I'm just going to answer, Vincent. Yes, shepherd's pie will probably differ from family to family as to what they put in their shepherd's pie.
Probably so, yeah.
It does. I make it different for my sister and my brother, so yeah.
don't forget the ladies and gents. My first live stream will be tomorrow around 7 p.m. Vincent says.
Rex, let Vic in. He's
Let Vic in? I'm sorry.
He's knocking at the door.
He's knocking at the door. Let him in.
Someone's knocking the door.
I've only been here for an hour and 49 minutes.
Somebody's ringing the bell.
Well,
Hi, Vic.
Hey, Margo.
I tried to use slightly used Kleenex to blow my nose. Priorities.
Well, if I'm making shepherd's pie, Vincent, I'll make the mince separate. And you can add whatever you like to it or leave out whatever you like to, but make the mince, cook your mince, and then make your potatoes, and then wait till it's all cooled, and then bake it in the oven. But I'll add different kind of spices maybe while I'm cooking the mince. Whereas other people might add brown sauce, or they might add Worcester sauce, or it just differs. It's probably whatever you had in the cupboard.
Yeah, now that Worcestershire, that can add a little bite to things.
It's nice on cheese toast, Worcestershire sauce.
Why would you wait an hour, 40 plus minutes to say that you are waiting backstage, Vix? Your patience must be that of a saint.
A saint.
It is Amanda.
Saint.
For my
Hi, Glenn.
Victor King.
No,
Later, Glenn.
I didn't know you sent me the link.
I did, yes. It's my job to send you the links, not necessarily tell you that they're there.
Apparently,
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to go and look for, and he could have told you that when you said hello, but he didn't.
I didn't, no. I'm trying to get my nose to stay at home and not run away.
He wanted Mog all to himself.
All to myself.
But I don't know why.
You have found me out. You have found me out.
Why did you feel stupid?
It's a pattern, Rex. It's a pattern.
Yeah. Who felt stupid?
Vincent.
Vincent felt stupid. Okay.
I think he's talking about they were going live and they forgot to hit the live button on StreamYard.
Oh, yeah?
I would do something like that. I would be talking away, saying all these things, and nobody would be talking back.
Did a whole show and didn't record
and
any
nobody
of it.
spoke to me.
And, yeah.
I
That
would
would be
think
me.
that I was on a panel and just talk and interject my point of view onto something, and then go, "Well, that was very rude. You guys didn't even acknowledge what I
He
said."
didn't even answer
I
me.
think you did that the other day, didn't you? You were muted.
Oh, I might have been muted. That's a different.
Yeah,
that's a
you
whole
were
different-
muted. You're like,
That's
man,
not
I
as
don't.
bad as- that's not as bad as not even being on the stream. Rex.
No, he was sitting at home talking to us, Rex, and saying, "Why are they not answering me?"
Right.
I'm sitting at home. I'm
You're
watching.
still-
I'm
He's
watching
still
the stream,
sleeping.
and you guys are talking about Wellington boots, wellies, and I make some snarky comment that I thought was hysterically funny, and I'm like, you guys just gloss right over it, and I'm like, well, that was rude. And then I'm like, hello. and then it just clicked with me. I'm like, why is my icon? Did he kick me? And then I would go to look for the mute button. I'm like, I'm not even on panel. I'm talking to the air.
I don't think I removed you though, did I?
No, I wasn't even on panel yet, Rex. This was this morning.
You were backstage.
No, I wasn't backstage.
Oh, you weren't backstage.
No. I didn't even know I had a link. But I was like,
you were thinking you were on the panel, and yet
Yes.
you hadn't been let in. Okay.
yes.
Wow.
No, I was thinking I had been let in.
Yeah.
I must have talked. I must have made comments here and there, thinking I was on.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Right. Yeah. I guess you hadn't completely woke up yet.
I guess not.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Still sleeping. I'm just letting the dogs out. I'll be back.
They sound so
I didn't
happy.
even really. I didn't even really.
Click.
I think you really fall asleep. It's just kind of when you doze and
Right.
you're not asleep. I couldn't really.
Yeah. I mean, you said, well, I'm going to bed at, sleep for a little bit, probably make the coffee thing. I sat down with Abigail in my lap and watched some TV. So I didn't sleep as much as I probably should have. But I assure you I will. I will get some rest before I go on Peter's today and do the 4 o'clock shadow. I see little Abigail's wanting to go out again, aren't you? Here in a minute. Uh-huh. Well, what are you going to do to prepare for the big Bancroft feature?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. I have no idea.
It's a long way off. Well, definitely, tell him the first 100 backers get us a free sketch card.
Yeah. I might give away the trading card art. It hasn't sold. I never put it up on the campaign.
Oh, you never did?
No. So I might give away the trading card art.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now, did somebody win the cover that Peter was going to ink the other night?
Yes, Shep did.
Okay. Now, Shep is JV, is that right? Who's Shep?
No, Hiawatha.
Hiawatha. Okay, all right. I can't keep up with it all. I just people go by their own names. Well, congratulations, Hiawatha. Awesome. How did he win it? Did you have a drawing or?
We did a random pick. I had somebody pick a number.
Oh, wow. I guess I left before then. Shit. You
were in the chat. I went from the top of the chat down.
My last comment was, don't forget me when you do that.
I included everybody that was in the chat from the beginning. And I went down rested,
yeah.
I just went down huge chunks. I went 1, 2, 3. I forget what number he was now, but I mean, I went down the number. So I just randomly scrolled down the chat, and I put my finger on the screen. I went, okay, that's so and so. That's 1. And then I scrolled down a little bit, put my finger on there without looking. Okay, that's 2. Same, until I got to the number. And so it was random. Without having a random generator.
Congratulations, Hiawatha. Yeah, hadn't thought about that till now. You were talking about maybe give away the trading card art, which I think is pretty cool because it's being produced. If you get someone backs it, I don't think one's backed that tapestry yet, but I do think it's gorgeous tapestry, or will be. Somebody could back it and be the only one that's made, right?
Yeah.
Unless you buy one, I guess. That's a good incentive. Or would you just not make them if you didn't get enough orders? I've seen that happen with T-shirts.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, if there's no sales on it, I might not make it.
Right. But what if there's one sale or two?
Oh, yeah. Then I make a minimum run of them, and
Well, golly, how many you got to have as a minimum for those things?
I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it. Okay.
No. But
Seems
same with
like
the
a
t-shirt.
lot to produce
Same with
one.
same with the t-shirts. I'm gonna have to order a minimum run.
Yeah, minimal run, right? Yeah.
And whatever's left over, I'll just have to sell on on my an eBay store or
Yeah.
when I go to cons or something.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Very, very interesting.
Okay.
That's not what was interesting, but it is interesting. Desk life, it's called. I don't know what these things are supposed to be.
What?
They're plasticine figures.
Yeah. Clay.
One's eating the other.
Hello, buddy. Oh, pow, buddy. Seems like the blue one is saying.
It's Anthony Risey.
You think? Yeah.
It looks like Anthony Risey.
Yeah. I think you're projecting.
What am I projecting? That's how I would imagine them looking as little cartoon
As
guys.
clay figures. Okay. All right. Interesting.
Rex, can you get to Amanda's post on Twitter?
Devil Flyer, look at my awesome sketch card I posted on Twitter, please. Okay.
Apex says there's still no sizing on your t-shirts, Vic.
Are you under Amanda B on Twitter? I guess I'll do a search and find out real quick.
Amanda be smoking hot.
Oh, wow. Oh, I think she's just under Amanda B4, whatever. That's
Yes,
her right there.
Amanda
With the daughter, yes. Okay, what am I looking for? A large poster. Let's see.
Hello,
A sketch card. Is it the gorgeous woman? Let's see. Especially she's drawn by one of my favorites. I can draw ladies. Thanks, Omar. With a sticker. That a sketch card? Is this what you're talking about, Amanda B?
Oh.
Is that it? Or is that what you wanted me to show?
She says,
I agree.
Yes.
Amanda B is attractive. Okay. I'll go with that.
Very nice, Amanda.
Is that what you wanted me?
Amanda, you did this?
Yep. Isn't she pretty?
This is your art, Amanda? It's gorgeous.
Let's see what the caption says. I can appreciate a gorgeous woman, especially when she is drawn by one of my favorites. This guy can draw the ladies. Thanks, Omar.
Okay. It's Omar. Okay.
Yeah, from CG Vacation, I guess. Very nice. Very nice.
Captain Infinity, you're a slave driver.
I know. He's never stops.
Ain't got time for time travel. Now, how how's he being a slave driver by saying they got no time for time travel?
No, you got to go up a little bit.
Oh, I had to go up. Yeah, he is a slave driver.
Captain, it's the middle of the night where you are.
Yeah, back to the maids, if you please. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is a time difference. He doesn't get that it's like just 8 a.m. in the morning here. Actually, it's 9 there in Boston. But still, it's too darn early.
Yeah, I should actually still be asleep, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Well, you only Rex only stopped streaming when I woke up this morning.
Mrs. Good Stuff sent a photo. Oh dear. I would entitle this, "Oh dear."
Oh, Mrs. Good Stuff. Well, the deers are interested.
Yeah.
Deer.
Good shot.
Deers.
Yeah.
Deer.
Had to time that just perfect.
Right.
Just happened to see that Good Stuff had sent, Mrs. Good Stuff had sent me a photo. Mrs. Good Stuff's probably at work.
Yes, I think so.
No, I think Captain gets it. I just think Captain is very enthusiastic about his project, and he has every right to be.
Sure. Oh yeah.
That's not saying that he's not a slave driver, though.
All work and no play. Da-di-da-di-da.
Working from home today, more freedom. Only me's opinion counts. I am but the humble writer. Yeah, I'm not really feeling the vibe on me, you know. I don't know.
He still doubts the existence of the.
Well,
no, I do not. I do not. But I'm like,
she does exist. She is a real person.
Only B's opinion counts. Shoot. Whatever.
Well, I wouldn't be having anybody else in charge of my comic if it was my comic.
Well,
that's just me, though.
There is another school of thought.
She's the editor, right? Is that right? B's the editor?
She is a model and an editor, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just don't know why so much credence is given to her, but I mean, you know, if he wants to be under the thumb of a woman from Germany, then more power to him. It's not my business.
Well, I mean, it depends on the woman from Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two very demanding jobs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, can we get it done and then she can start her job? Which would be editing the book. Is it like she's the overseer of the whole darn thing along the way? I don't know. It's none of my business. I don't care. We'll judge it when it comes out. Maybe I'll get my free comp and I'll do a review.
Do a review?
Yeah. I'll do a good review on the book. Honest and fair. And I promise it won't drag on like Ant's review of The Buckler. Oh my gosh.
That was so funny.
Yeah, that was yeah. What can you say? Are you wanting to go outside? You are? Be right back. I could see that. I could see that. Your worst excesses. Okay.
Well, I was actually just thinking that, Captain, you do come up with ideas on a daily, sometimes hourly basis and say to Dillard, add this, add that. I was thinking this, I was thinking that. It's so many pages now. No, the pages have doubled. So, yeah, somebody does have to say, right, enough.
Yes, Amanda B., this is Vic's page in Captain's book. Just think of the Rolling Stones song and think of B, under my thumb. That's what it sounds like to me, but whatever.
I don't know that. What time is Bancroft tonight?
11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Are you going to go for a sleep long before that?
Oh, I don't know. I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of work to do. I sleep tomorrow.
Well, you have been much more focused this last week, I think.
Well, it's a bit easier when you're not under as much stress. Yeah.
I was saying that to Rex this morning. The difference in you is quite seeable.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah, I can hear.
I felt it immediately. It was like
the stress was just lifted from you. It came through, which makes your experience all the better now, because it's like, yes, you did go through all the moments, but at the end, it's a good outcome. It's
I was like, I mean, I had moments where I was confident, where I was, oh no, it's gonna fun. Don't worry, relax, chill out. But until it does, you just can't get.
Then you have a wobble, and you think, oh no.
Yeah, because this is like my first time doing this myself, you know. So
I think it's great the fact that the last week you've been stress-free. I mean, that's brilliant.
This is me proving to myself that I can do this, and do it on my own without necessarily, I enjoy doing work for other people. I do. Don't mind. Don't get me wrong. There's something very satisfying about bringing somebody else's creation to life.
Yes, it is. I agree.
But it does not compare to your own.
No. That you've imagined this for goodness knows how many years, and you've had storylines in your head for, this is your creation. This is your baby.
Oh, I haven't even gotten to the storylines that have been in my head for years. This is
the beginning, yes.
Beowar is the
introduction.
It's what I did. I created this with my chat last year. Over the course of the last year, I've put this together with my chat, and they help me, with different ideas and different things that I should do or shouldn't do with Beowar, and so it was, it was really good to see that happen, because I mean, it's kind of like a channel community thing, Beowar kind of, in a way, spiritually at least,
yes,
is the chat's baby as well,
it's a joint creation. Yes,
they definitely bounced ideas off them, and
a lot of input.
Shared experience.
Definitely shared experience. That's a very good way of putting it. I let them become, interactive with the process.
And look what's happened.
It makes it more meaningful, hopefully for you and the viewer
And
Yeah.
the
the
chat.
other participant. Yeah.
Now I've got some I got some stuff that got pushed to the side that I got to finish up this week, and get that all nailed down, and then everybody will be seeing a lot of Beowar being drawn on stream.
Nice.
A lot of Beowar. Yeah, I got a lot laid out, and I got a lot in pencil form, but there's a lot of inking. This is what you're going to see me doing with a lot of the Beowar stuff, is the inking. And then if everything goes right,
Hen must be on a break at work.
We'll be fulfilling by early summer if everything goes right.
That's excellent.
And then we'll launch Alazon.
The blood letter.
The blood letter, yes. Oh, I see. Mark pays attention.
I pay attention. Yes.
I love it. And then you'll be able to get your Nox plushie.
Nox, I know.
I gotta start getting quotes for that now, though, so I can just plan out how we're gonna do it when we launch. There's B at the front getting all the choice dialogue, says Captain Finity. Yep. And there's Bancroft's channel if anybody hasn't signed up for Bancroft's channel.
I subbed to that yesterday, I think, but I will definitely be fast asleep.
Yeah, I would think so.
I'll be awake for Beowar closing, because that's 8 o'clock in the morning for us. So I should be awake on Friday morning for it closing.
Oh yeah. After Bancroft's, I'll be streaming on my stream.
I was thinking that you'll be having your stream for your close.
Yeah.
Vincent, B is the captain's editor. She's also one of his French maid in the comic.
I just call her a thorn in your flesh. Be all right.
All of the French maids kick butt.
Yeah.
Don't get in the way. Don't let the costume fool you.
They're undercover.
They're assassins.
Oh.
They're wee assassins.
We assassins.
Honey, I shrank the maid. Now tomorrow is Matt Smith's birthday.
Matt Smith. Oh, that's Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yeah.
Fez in a bow tie.
Birthday.
I wasn't greatly keen on him. It took me an awful long time to warm up to him because he took over for Mr. Tennant and nobody can take over for Mr. Tennant. So
Are you excited about him coming back?
Very excited. I still haven't watched any of it, but
okay.
I told my son.
You didn't see the season finale?
I haven't watched any of it.
Well, you get to the end of it and you think, okay, the new doctor's going to come in, and she changes into David Tennant. She's like, I know these teeth.
Yes.
You know, and then she goes, what? Or he goes, what? What?
And he says, Allons-y.
No, you can't believe. No, he didn't say that.
He will say it at some point. He has to say
it
at some point.
Yeah, probably so. I hear he's going to get like
Oh.
three
Sorry, Vic. I had forgotten.
episodes.
Vic's not greatly keen on Doctor Who, so we can change the subject.
I hate the Doctor.
I
was always a Master fan. I love the Master.
Well, the Master.
Yeah, but the Master was overused in the Pertwee years. There's a whole season where the Master is worked in every story. Every story.
Right, but I mean, to me, the Master didn't exist prior to, and same with the Doctor, prior to Tom Baker. So
and Doctor Who apparently is going to be on Disney Plus as well.
Is it? Oh well.
Yeah, so
I've got.
We'll see if Disney screws it up even worse than what it is.
Well,
they're on cruise control, but they've already headed off the cliff. As far as I'm concerned. So
I know what your Triple E means.
They can't mess it up much worse than they already have.
They can't do much worse than what they've already done to him. So,
yeah. Unless they're going to retcon the whole last 5 years, and they're not going to do that. I mean, in this.
But I do think Mr. Tennant has a good chance at bringing it back.
Oh, that's what they're hoping, is that they realize that their writings was highest under him.
It was, yeah.
And
I would love it if he brought in who's the guy? Who's the guy that? Have you seen Good Omens, Rex?
No.
Oh well, David Tennant.
But if they're only going to bring him in for 3 episodes, who cares?
Right.
And
then it'll be the gay black guy or whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be back to craziness.
Yeah, but we can still enjoy 3 fantastic episodes with Tennant.
If they'll be written, they might be written fantastic. I
don't know. I wouldn't count on it.
At least we got rid of Chibnall. And he tried to cram in so much, but it definitely felt like an anniversary. Although the anniversary's next year.
Yeah.
The 60th anniversary. But Ian was that played Chesterton for the first Doctor. He was there. He's 97 years old.
Oh my goodness.
I wasn't sure if he was still living or not. Back in the 50s, he played Lancelot, like around 57, 58 on TV. And Bonnie was in there from the 80s. One of Pertwee's companions. She's getting up there in age. So it was nice to see all the older companions at the end of it. And the doctors, too. This might be the last Doctor Who episode that a lot of these actors make an appearance in. So it was nostalgic for that fact, But he's just not going to go in there and retcon all this stuff. They're just going to double down and go, no, that's canon. It's canon now. We can't change it now. Okay. And they might come back, for David Tennant, but he won't be able to stick around forever. As soon as they switch to the new guy,
well, maybe. Yeah. Doctor Who has many devout fans. They love,
Margot. And they'll eat shit for 5 years and call it good. It's kind of frustrating. They're the reason why we're not getting good Doctor Who. Kind of, sort of. I mean,
I would not say that, but
you wouldn't say that. Well, I just wish it was good instead of shit.
We'll agree to disagree on that point.
Okay. Well, I mean, for 5 years, it's been sticking to the true fans. the fans that have bowed out. I mean, they're barely breaking 1 million viewers on the show. They know it's not good. That's why they're leaving early. That's why she said, I'm bowing out. That's why Chibnall said, yeah, I'm gone, because it's no good. It's just propaganda. I don't like it. Oh, the doctor's a lesbian. Oh, how stunning and brave. And then you try and talk. Oh, you're a hater. You're a hater. No, I just didn't want.
They didn't really do a big that was the whole thing. Like the doctor wasn't he wasn't a romantic hero, right?
No. The most romance was under David Tennant.
He was a scientist and always was a scientist.
Yeah, if nothing else, he was the crotchety old man when he started out, cold and detached. Then he was kind of a Chaplin bumbling fool. Then he was a dandy, but he really wasn't a ladies' guy. And then there was Tom Baker. You know all about him. No love interest really there. No, he never really had any love interest till about David Tennant.
He literally the whole character of Doctor Who was, I ain't got time.
Yeah. Right. There's too much to see. I don't
want to do. We gotta go save this. We gotta go. Don't want to
tie myself down. Everybody else is temporal, but I'm kind of eternal.
I do.
That was one of the things that I did really like about, especially the Tom Baker years. Right? Was the second whatever was the calamity or danger was resolved. Right.
Right.
It was one of two things. Either he already knew where he needed to go next, right? Mm-hmm. And he was off to go okay, well, we don't got time because we got to go do this. Or they'd say, okay, well, we could take a moment of breather, and somehow the TARDIS would malfunction and throw them somewhere dangerous.
Take them somewhere else, yes.
There was no stopping. It was great. That was the best.
A bit like Quantum Leap, kind of.
Yeah, thing. Really. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The same kind of
Quantum Leap.
Same kind of momentum and energy.
Yes.
You never knew where he was going to wind up, or if he was going to be male or female, and that was the thing about it. He could be a female character, and it would be funny. It would be lighthearted. It wasn't like some overtly sexual thing.
Well, the doctor.
All of a sudden, I'm trans or whatever.
He was.
We ain't got time to watch effeminate black actors play Doctor Who.
Yeah, and she was in this, but as a hologram. We still don't know where she sits in. Like I say, they're just going to double down on all this. Because, I think John Rhys Davies is gay himself. Certainly gays have written Doctor Who before in some good episodes. His stuff in the early 2000s was by and large great stuff, but that's before they just said, oh, there's been millions of doctors and she's the timeless child. And in this last episode, they didn't even really, maybe in one part, they might have hinted towards the timeless child, or you kind of kept that in. What the hell did they do this season with the flux and all that? That was just utter garbage, utter trash.
I didn't watch
it. You know way more about
it. Most people didn't, Margot. They didn't watch it because it's utter crap.
I watched 2 episodes with her in it and I gave up.
But they won't retcon this stuff. They'll double down and say, oh, yes, it's canon. It's absolute canon. It's set in stone now. We can't change it. If they would just say, man, the last few years has just been a bad dream or something. I don't care how lame. But do away with the Jodie Whittaker, and she could have been done well, but Chibnall didn't know how to tell a
This is where
story.
I'll tell you where they missed their boat, right? They missed their
Yeah.
boat. This is how they could have done it, right? David Tennant shows up in another TARDIS, right?
Mm-hmm.
He shows up in another TARDIS and exposes the Jodie Whittaker character as the Master.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've
Now,
already
that's
had
how
a
they could've
master
saved all
character
of
in
that.
there. He was in
It's-
this last thing.
It's
They
doable.
played
though.
him as a crazy guy. I really don't like when they go all Joker and crazy with the master, because he might have been a little wilder in like the Pertwee years or others, but I did look at him as just a crazy psychotic. But they've been playing the master up more
Well,
Joker like psychotic for years now, and I don't
he wasn't
necessarily
a crazy. He was crazy, but he wasn't just a crazy psychotic.
right.
With
Yeah.
Tom Baker. When the Tom Baker years, he was a mad, evil genius. He was like, he and the Doctor were the two top brains in all of the Time Lords. You know,
Yes.
it was yin and yang.
When they went and they looked into when they were children, they knew from that point. All Gallifreyans knew that these were the two that they were going to
The
have.
master was a mistress, wasn't she? Well, I mean,
He was a mistress in the last one. Yes,
Missy
Missy was the
called-
master, supposed to be.
was master, but not really a mistress, right?
Well, that's just no. She means just that. That's who played the master. Yes, Henry.
Yeah, Missy, and I like that iteration.
I like
you know,
Missy as the master. She played
yeah,
it.
and it really there's been female Time Lords before. I don't have a problem with Doctor Who becoming a woman, but if it's just over a political stunt and it's just not been handled good, they
If it
tell you a
is
lot of things
broken-
and they never deliver. There's never
Don't fix
a build up. There's never a build up of things.
No, it was all woke bullshit from the get
It
go.
was all woke bullshit from the very beginning. Cram it down. We don't care what and what I really hate, what gets under my skin, I don't care what they're doing. But these pretenders, oh, I've loved Doctor Who all my life. Well, maybe you have. But can't you wake up to the fact of what they're offering you? What is actually, look and see what's on your plate.
Well, it's the same with some of the same thing happened with some of the Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
With some Star Wars
yeah.
fans that didn't, they have, I don't know, they no brains, no taste.
Oh,
Yeah.
But they had no problem with everything going the way it did, the way Disney did.
hi, Lorenzo.
Oh, no, it's Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
It's Lorenzo.
Wow.
The lizards are here
Hey,
to
Lorenzo.
be presented.
The lizard.
Well, it's just, yeah, you're always going to have some fans. Oh, Star Wars can do no wrong. Oh, Doctor Who, they can do no
Star
wrong.
Trek
with
has them too. Star Trek
Trek
has them
too, yeah, it can do no wrong. Yeah, they can. It's called Discovery. That was, oh, we got three seasons out of it. It must have been successful. No, look at the viewership. People don't want to. Oh, well, there's the hot girls are here. Block user.
I'm sorry.
Then it jumps. Got a porn bot in here. Hope you didn't bring that in. Oh,
Of course you did.
have I got to block every one of them?
There's only
I
one.
thought. Okay. Well, now there is. Well,
I can only see one.
I blocked one. This one's not going away. Maybe it did on YouTube. Hit that like button. Some of you are holding out. I could say that because we have more viewers than we do likes. Leave a comment, negative or positive. It's even better for the algorithm if you leave a comment, apparently.
Comment, yes.
Yes. I never get any comments. I guess that's okay. I get the views.
I leave comments on the ones that I don't watch.
Get the views. Get the hot girls where? Gable Penny Shot says. Rex beat me to it. Absolutely. I heard somebody had one of those porn bots come up and then some video or something of somebody exposing themselves come up or something. I don't know. So if you see any of those porn bots and they've been all over the place, knock them down, as quick as you can.
I don't understand why some people think that's what we would like to see pictures of. I really don't understand.
Ask Vic. He's more knowledgeable of such things than I am.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Right. He's passing the buck, Vic.
And he's older. He's taking dick pics all the time, sending them to people. So I just figure he knows.
Only to the British.
63. I mean, Anth wants 69, and all he'll give him 63. A few more years, you'll get there.
We have a tennis match going on in the chat.
Huh?
Yeah, I know. And
follow the bouncing ball.
Yes. It's like they've went all quiet now.
Well, you never know.
Brought attention to it. Yay, the quiz on TJ's channel tonight. I don't think I'm going to be very good. I don't even know half the puppets' names. But it'll be a laugh. Always is. Pop's dog, the TJ we're talking about, is our friend from the UK. She's a very nice lady.
Yeah, different TJ.
Different TJ. It's a different TJ.
Much different person.
Okay, Pop's dog. That's a big statement to make, Vincent. Shadowhawk, bad dog. Told you, no treats today. I do like that one, Vic, where she's throwing him out of the elevator. I thought that was quite funny. It's like, here you go, bye.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be yet.
Wouldn't want to be you.
All right. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll be done. We'll be done tonight, Captain Finity. Don't you worry.
There you go, Captain. He might be sleeping by now. He may be sleeping by now.
Oh, yeah. Well, you never know with Captain.
He should be. I'm looking for my coffee and I've got none left. It's like, okay. Enjoy your breakfast, Apex. I like all your chicken heads. Very funny.
Oh, apparently the PayPal is added in that misinformation fine thing again.
Oh.
So if you have to use PayPal, don't go posting political stuff.
There you go. Okay, Lorenzo is saying that he has his show tonight at 7 p.m. Central. That's 1 a.m. in the UK. And also TJ's quiz tonight, which is afternoon for you guys. And Hen has put the link in the chat. Also, Lorenzo has put his link in the chat. Vincent, I love Doctor Who, so it's okay that you thought it was very silly. I'll still like it. What time is TJ's, Hen? 8:30, which would be 2:30 Central, 3:30 Eastern. If it's 8:30, that is. It'll be round about that time. It's either 8 or 8:30, people. Thank you, Hen. I looked out my son's old computer today and it's sitting in my living room now, so I just need to find some wires, plug it in and see how it goes. Yes, Vincent, and don't anyone dare call them ladies. Ladies? I don't mind being called a lady, Vincent. Neither does Fanta. They identify as females of the human species. That sounds exasperated, that sound. You sound exasperated.
No, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking. No rest for the wicked.
There is no rest for the wicked.
I had a couple days to decompress and enjoy everything, but I got to get back on the grind.
Yep, you got to get back to work. You can party again later.
going to be a few weeks before. Well, probably like up to 2 weeks before the PayPal money comes, and not PayPal, IGG money comes.
Yeah.
And even then, like the little bit that I've squared out of that for
Which comes to you. Yes.
go, you know, I mean, I got to pay rent. I got to, you know.
You've got your bills.
Yeah.
It's not
So it's
just
not like I
you.
got a, yeah, it's not like I got a big windfall coming.
No,
I don't.
you
I
didn't
got,
get paid for the artwork either because it's your artwork. So
everything's got to be set aside for, you know.
yeah, everything's got a little. No, that's for that, and that's and
Yeah,
everything.
that's well. See, that's the thing. I've made I've figured into it an allotment for paying myself to do the art, right?
Good, because it's a
And
long time.
then everything else goes to the printing, you know.
The campaign, yeah.
And then once the printing and the shipping, the fulfillment's done, then I can figure out if there's any profits left at that point.
Yes, and hopefully there will be.
I think there'll be a little bit. Yes, Hen, yes. Well, that's the thing. I need to sell a commission so I can join you, Hen.
He has to buy his rum and cigarettes and Diet Coke.
Rum, cigarettes, and Diet Coke.
Now that's Friday, right? When the rum thing is?
Yes.
That's tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow afternoon for you, Rex.
Yeah.
It's my UK funding party, closeout party.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sure we can help you out in that regard before then, either today or tomorrow. Got to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
So I told Peter, because I was talking to Peter last night because he premiered he set up the video for what he was doing with the inking as a premiere. So I watched it.
Right.
And so I'm gonna have the double the wraparound cover. I'm gonna have that penciled by the end of the weekend. So
very
have his hands. He's looking forward to it.
Oh,
he was saying that yesterday when he was inking Beowar a little bit, and he does enjoy
your Beowar cover or the cover you're working on for me.
The cover I'm working on for you.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, is he going to try and whip that out before November? I mean, before he has to go to Florida?
I think so. That seemed to be
okay, good.
He's leaving. He's leaving until what? January.
Yeah, for a couple days.
I think his whole thing was I get it to him and he'll start on it. You know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. So. Yeah, he's probably going to go down there. He said he had a family tragedy, but he probably is going to go down there for the holidays as well, I would think.
Well, yeah, it's that time of year.
Yeah. So that'd be great. You know, I wouldn't have to wait a couple months for that to be done. Yeah.
Hen, I don't know who's whipping out what.
Did you watch him inking Beowar piece?
Yeah.
Vic, did you go see that? Okay.
He's still doing it, Rex. He's not finished yet.
Yeah, I didn't think that he was finished.
He was doing a little bit yesterday, and he done some the day
before. He may be working on that today while he talks to me.
Possibly.
Yeah, I can talk to him about the storylines and show him.
And says, "Who's whipping what out?"
That's what I said. Who's whipping what out? And I was like, nobody said that.
I don't even remember if I did or not.
No, I said I would.
My head is fairly clear, though.
He would whip out the inks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she says that we're the ones that corrupt.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Fanta.
Uh-huh.
I agree with you, Shadowhawk. It does look amazing.
Yeah, it's looking great. Yeah.
I think that these are some of the best interior pages I've seen you do, Vic. I think you're really leveling up. Not that your interior pages weren't. I mean, doing a cover and poses and things are one thing, but it's really that when you go from panel to panel and sequential work that an artist really stretches his
Peter
knowledge
actually,
of things,
Peter
with
said
the
that the other
angles
day.
and the exactly how things are conveyed. And,
yeah.
yeah. And, it's kind of like, okay, you can have a lot going on in a cover, but you can really have a lot going on in the issue. All right, I want him above the city in this panel, and I want him under the water in this panel, and I want him, in total darkness here, and I want him, I want him on a helicopter there, and a helicopter.
Well, I mean, you try to get as detailed as you can
I
on
was going
these
to say that it's the detail that makes the difference.
on these interiors, but I mean, you are dealing with a much smaller space, so you can't
Right.
always do like what you can do on a cover. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you do try.
Right.
Um, there are panels that are definitely more. The drawing is definitely more simplified, more gestural than detailed. But you
I
gotta give the illusion there that it's detailed.
enjoy watching you bring the comics to life. I do enjoy watching Dillard as well, but Dillard does an awful lot online, and I really love the pencil to paper. That to me is the artist, the pencil in their hand.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
don't want to
I
just.
understand why Dillard does
I'm old school. I'm old school though, so I do.
digital. There are
My son,
advantages.
my son is all digital. He does everything
Yeah.
digital.
I can tell why, I can understand why Dillard would do that, especially for
It's a
time restraints. I
it's a
mean,
lot. If you know how to do it, it's a lot faster.
it's a lot faster, right?
That's like my son. He knows exactly what he's doing on it, whereas I would be lost. It's all about learning.
But I mean, he's learning it too. He's working on learning how to color.
But I think that
have to challenge yourself and branch
I don't
out.
think I'll ever totally get away from traditional, but
Yeah. Well, the great thing is, like, you're doing this for Finity. You're doing, you've worked on Artifice, which was kind of a sci-fi thing. You've done a variety of things for like Nasser and Dark Gift comics, and you get to work on a variety of things. This is totally different here than what you work on for me, and Beowar is totally different than what you work on for Finity, and you've had quite a variety of things to draw, and in your individual commission pieces are all over the place, with what people want you to draw. I mean, from like nightmares wrapped in cellophane to,
Fanta.
yeah.
I mean that looks.
I gotta ink that this upcoming.
And then
week.
your manga,
Yes, and the Mangaween.
Manga's different style altogether.
It's nice to have something, a little bit of everything.
That hat on Tex-Mex makes him look like I just had it in my head. Buster Keaton. Buster Keaton had a cap like that, a hat like that. flat top hat as opposed to Charlie Chaplin's bowler.
Yeah, he kind of put you guys at odds with each other with the hats. The old style hats.
I like hats. Mostly people wear baseball caps now.
Yeah, that's true.
My grandmother never left the house without putting a hat on.
Gone is the bowler.
The
Gone
Derby
is
was
the
making a comeback for a while.
top hat. What
I've got
was?
The Derby was making a comeback for
The
a while.
Derby.
I've got a couple of fedoras. I've got so many hats. But
Oh, that's sweet.
I like all hats.
Fedoras, yes.
Oh, fedoras, that's what I meant. The fedora. Fedora
Mhm.
was making a comeback for a while.
When a man was a man and a woman was a woman.
Yeah.
There was no in between.
Once upon a time, long, long ago,
Once upon a time in America.
in a land unimagined.
All right, that pen's dead.
That pen is dead.
The pen is dead. Oh, this one's not much better, is it? That's all right. It is better, though. We make it work.
Hen's asking how much a commission would cost to have herself turned into a comic style drawing, Vic.
I don't wear baseball hats. I like fedoras, but mostly I wear pointed hats, which I guess is her witchy hats. I don't know.
It is, yes. Yes, that's exactly correct.
You pagan. You pagan.
I've
She
got my
knows she's a
Baker's.
pagan.
I've got my Baker's boy hats. I love Baker boy hats. One of them's got no material left on the bit that you would lift it up and down with your thumb and finger.
Well worn.
I've had it for such a long
Wear
time.
it out.
It's a patchwork one though, and I absolutely love
it. So for Hen, so transform somebody into a comic book character.
You could DM her.
Maybe in
yeah,
a witch.
I'll DM you. Wait, can I DM? Am I sub? Do I follow her on Twitter?
Well, I tried.
I haven't been able to follow anybody on Twitter.
You did follow me only when I told you don't follow me. Neither did Rex, though.
Yeah, I followed you. I was following you. Well, I guess it was maybe a few weeks ago I got on there, wasn't it? Okay.
Yes.
You say that like it's an insult, Rex.
We do follow each other. We do follow each other. I couldn't remember. I mean, I know I tried to sub to people and follow people. I just couldn't remember.
Said you done that the other day. You were subbing to a lot of new people. It's like, right, I'll go and update this today. And Rex is definitely going to take that as an insult. We're witches with pointy hats and we stand around cauldrons.
You know, I'm not going to take it as an insult. But yeah, I mean, that's the way people say it, right? You pagan! You pagan!
No, there's a little bit of witch in everybody. You just don't know it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know it. I've been divorced twice. But well, cats, you know, it's 3 hours. Are you going to start up a stream, Vic?
He's DMing.
I don't know. Give me a minute.
He's busy.
Don't
yeah, Rex. You're in such a hurry for Rex.
Well, not really in that much a hurry. I just know, I have stuff to do today. And I'm going to try and rest a little bit before I get to it.
Well, rest as much as needed. Don't just say, oh, I need to do this. If you don't feel like it, don't do it.
I haven't all week, so
Yeah, your body
there's several things I could do, but nothing so pressing that,
Well, your body's working overtime to fight off whatever infection or bug you have, so you're going to be tired.
More stopped up when I actually lay down than when I kind of sit up and
You
sleep.
should elevate the top half of your mattress. All you have to do is put a big book underneath it, and it elevates it slightly. Makes it easier.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah. Or even a rolled up towel, just to elevate it slightly.
Let's see. You followed me a couple days ago.
Yeah,
yes, you do. Okay. All right. So I am insulted. Okay. I wouldn't mind a little bit of which in me once in a while. Laugh out loud. Wow. Okay.
Jesus.
Like I was told recently, you do you,
That's the best way to be.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with people who make you smile.
I'll make a deal with you, Hen. I won't put any preconceived ideals on you. Someone brought up, I didn't even remember this, but I will not suffer a witch to live, or whatever, out of the Old Testament. I haven't even thought of that, but don't put preconceptions on me because I'm a Christian, and I won't put preconceptions on you if for being a witch or a pagan or whatever you want to call yourself. You can call yourself upside down for all I care. You're all right, in my book. As are you little witchy Margot.
She's a way back to work. Yes, leave me with me.
Now Vic's totally forgot that I wanted to end the stream, but he said, "Hold on a minute."
It's because he was messaging.
Yeah,
something.
I had to message.
I had to go back to work now, so I don't know.
You wanna end the stream? You wanna?
I can keep it running. I just want to go sit down and rest, so that
I let down all of your fans.
Try and get better. Prayers for your healing, Rex. Thank you, Carrie. Yes. I would like to shake off this cold for sure. I did find my honey and lemon cough drops, which I haven't been really coughing. I did some when it drains down the back of your throat. But,
even a spoon,
that's the worst. That is the worst.
Yeah.
Even a spoonful of honey would help. Yeah. Just have a full spoonful of honey.
Right, and I have some honey in the house. I will. Yeah. Well, the thing of it is, I never get sick, so I don't have any. I don't really keep any medicine in the house. I did have when I had COVID. I did take what I did have in the house. Anything to feel better. I can't imagine feeling worse. I probably would have if I hadn't have taken the medicine I did take. That was a killer, man. That COVID. It wasn't until I got that infusion, and then even after I got the antibody infusion, it took me like 2-3 months to get feeling back to normal.
That's rough.
It's really bad stuff with some people, and I didn't even get it. I wouldn't even consider it. I got it that bad compared to some that get it in their lungs, or it affects their brain, or all number of things. But this they just admitted not to testing the vaccine correctly.
Well, it was impossible to test it correctly. It was made and distributed
Right.
within 2 years.
Yeah.
So it was physically impossible to have tested it.
Well, they run a lot of tests on that. Hen says that's a mistranslation, Rex. It was never meant to say witch. Bye.
And also, Kerry's here. Hi, Kerry.
Oh, well, I mean, did she just take what I said out of context? I was
No,
just
No. But
No.
it is kind of a mistranslation because
well, it probably is. I don't even know where to find it.
There wasn't.
Yeah, somebody else had said that to me recently, and I don't go around. Oh, you're a witch! Oh my gosh, burn the witch! I don't do that. But she said bye. I guess she had to go to work.
She has to go back to.
Yeah, she probably already at work and had to go, off of her, go back to work, off of her break.
I like the one on the left-hand side. She's nice.
Which one?
The drawing of the one, no, the other side. It's the other side on my screen.
This one.
It's up the top.
Whoa, that's a busty one there.
No, the other side, Vic. This one. Yeah.
The odor?
I like this one. I like that drawing.
The odor lady? Margot.
It might be. I don't know. The one with the dark hair.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this one here.
Yes, I think.
Or show her the one where the shot of her, the same character sticking her breast out. Isn't that the same character?
That's the one I like. I'm sorry, my screen is maybe because I'm watching on my iPad.
In the top.
Talking on my phone.
It's the same girl. This girl.
Couple seconds behind.
Yeah.
This girl.
It's the same girl.
Yeah.
I like the drawing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if somebody has that scripture and wants to give it to me, I'll definitely look it up in my Exegesis Bible, which I have sitting right here. I still have one.
There was no word for witches.
Right. Yeah.
And so it just means and it's not, and the whole translation is like the meaning that was put out and the meaning that was used by the church wrongfully was, the suffer ye not a witch to live was, oh, we got to burn and kill all the witches. No, it means like if there's somebody that is evil, don't concern yourselves with them.
Yes. Distance yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Don't become entangled in their folly. Right.
So we will not be burning any of our witch friends.
Oh, that's nice. Yes. But I'd see that happen for sure. And you're so close to Salem, where they did burn witches and drown them. And
I've been there.
you've been there.
They burned people and drowned them.
They did what?
They might think it was witches, but it was just people.
It was people, right?
It was just people.
We burned people that were accused of witchcraft.
Well, there was a few.
We didn't burn them. We hung them and we drowned them.
I know that there was one. She actually confessed to being a witch. They put her in prison.
Yeah, that was
and
Rebecca
then was
Nurse.
Later released.
That was Rebecca Nurse because she was old.
Okay. Was she in prison a long time?
Rebecca Nurse was the first one.
She wasn't in prison a long time, was she?
Oh yeah, she was. Her house is still her homestead, like her whole estate, is still preserved, and it's they open it for tourists.
Wow.
It's actually in Old Salem. This is another thing. Everybody thinks, oh, they all came from Salem. Salem was actually called Salem Port.
Uh-huh.
And where Old Salem Village is a town called Danvers, which is a
Ah.
little bit outside of Salem. It's like 2 towns away. And so everybody that was accused was from Old Salem Village and from Peabody, which is next door to Salem, right? And they were brought into Salem Port for the trials. And that's where they did the executions.
That's why.
So they were all over. This was just kind of like a nexus point where they would be judged.
That's where they held, because it was called the Salem Witch Trials. It was held at Salem.
Old Salem Village is where all the people live. But
Very interesting.
here's other connections though. So Old Salem Village, which is now Danvers, was where the Danvers State Mental Hospital was. Now, the Danvers State Mental Hospital was the inspiration for 3 things, 3 very important things. It was the inspiration for Lovecraft's Arkham.
Yes.
Right? It was the inspiration, that in turn was the inspiration for DC Comics' Arkham Asylum.
Right.
And it was also the visual inspiration for the Asylum in Asyle, my first comic book.
I did not know that.
Yes. I broke in there as a teenager after it closed down. It had been closed for several years. And, we stuck up in there. We had to check it out.
Had to.
Yeah,
right?
the place was.
I had to break the law.
The place was.
The place was evil.
We were young.
It's forbidden and spooky. You need to go there.
Yeah, and the place was evil. It really was. I mean, they had. They didn't let the crazy people have babies. So they would actually kill the babies when they were born,
or sterilize them, right?
No, they didn't. They didn't really know too much about sterilizing people in the 1900s. Yeah.
Oh yeah. What was the population of Salem, say, around the witch trial time?
Probably a couple hundred.
Is that all?
Yeah. I mean, Salem Port was bigger, definitely.
Yeah. Well,
Salem Port was probably a few thousand, but
yeah.
And that's all next door to Beverly. Do you know what Beverly's importance is?
She was a witch.
No, Beverly, the town of Beverly was the birthplace of the United States Navy.
There you go.
My whole area is loaded with history. From Boston up north.
Boston Massacre, Boston Tea Party.
Boston Tea Party.
Tax RT, indeed.
Paul Revere. The USS Constitution is the oldest mission warship in the Navy, and still holds a live commission.
So there's a lot of cool places to go in Boston.
Tree Goblin says, "I've already built the Wicker Man in case of floaters."
Yes, he's got it ready.
Yeah. Well, kids, I'm going to end the stream. Methinks he protests too much. Vic, are you going to start stream, or Finity, or Margot? Or...
I won't be starting a stream.
You won't be, yes. You probably need to start lunch.
No, yeah, it's 3 o'clock now.
Already made it past lunch?
Yeah, past lunch now.
Yeah. What was for lunch?
I didn't have lunch. I've just, when you
Oh,
just
you didn't
said,
have lunch.
I haven't eaten lunch yet.
Got to keep your strength up.
It's okay. They've got nice stuff in the kitchen. It won't take long.
Good, good, good. A little quick heat up. Well, all right then. I'm going to go rest and spend some time with the dog, make her happy.
Thank you for having me on, Rex.
Well, thank you for coming on, Margot. I'm glad you were available. And we've had some very lovely people in here, and this was a very nice coffee stream. Very nice, very nice. But I can see the back of my eyelids already.
Sleep.
Thanks for the stream, Rex, Topher says. Thank you for coming in, Topher.
Bye.
Always a joy.
I hope you all have a great day.
I think Vic is going to go over maybe and start a stream. I don't know.
Maybe not.
Shadowhawk says, see everyone at 4 o'clock Shadow. Absolutely. And don't forget to check out Peter Paul Mahdi's. I'll be on there at 2 Eastern on his channel.
8 p.m. UK.
Yeah. And that won't be too late. And my show's even later than that for you.
I think I'm going to stream around 12. I'm going to take a couple hours to do some things.
Yeah, that sounds sensible.
Good.
And Michael Bancroft, of course, he'll be on there at 11 Eastern.
Yeah, tonight. Yep.
Tonight, and I guess going straight early into the morning. Beowulf will end about 3 a.m. won't it?
Beowulf.
Yeah.
Beowulf.
So, all right. Well, I'll talk to everybody later.
I did want to ask you one thing, Vic. Ink Spots on Twitter. He was saying unless you have a direct link, you can't find the Frog G campaign. Now, why would that be?
I don't know. Well, let me look.
Yeah, I mean, I tried searching it out in search results. I couldn't find it. I think I did a search for it the other day and it didn't come up. Unless you have the direct link, it's not showing up on Indiegogo and hasn't for the last day or two. That's kind of weird. And not very good for an active campaign, you know?
No.
No one's seeing it. So I have to wonder if they're kind of blocking it because of the content. Apparently it's still up there, but the only way you can access it is through a direct link, already having the link and going through there. If you do a search or you just go down the pages, you won't find it. I didn't see it yesterday, and we went through several pages, and I did a search for it the other day, and it didn't come up. I didn't think about it too much till he posted that, and then I'm like, maybe something's going on. I don't know.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, could you not get it to come up? Or did you do a search?
Yeah, I just did a search. It's not coming up.
Yeah. Now imagine if that was Beowulf. That'd be very concerning, you know? Only way to access it is if you have a direct link. Kind of strange.
Oh, Beowulf comes up.
Well, Beowulf does come up, yes, but I'm saying imagine if that was your campaign. That'd be very disconcerting, wouldn't it?
Wait a second.
I just wonder what Indiegogo's doing. I guess they need to contact them and say, hey, what's up? Can we fix this? I don't know if they've done that yet, but
you know what's weird? Under the search, it says I'm 101% funded, and then under the page itself, it only says 100% funded.
Yeah,
that's a little odd. But I would.
It's probably just a small percentage off too, or something.
Yeah.
All right, gents, enjoyed it. Thank you, and we will see you later today over on Peters, and then of course 4 o'clock Shadow, and then we will be joining all together over on Michael Bancroft for the interview with Michael Bancroft, which will probably be about an hour. Isn't that what he traditionally does? About an hour.
I think so. An hour to 2 hours.
And then I guess you could probably take a break or something, or go straight into a stream and
I'll probably
go all the way to 3 a.m.
Yeah.
End it out. I hope you get a good. Hope you get a good bump at the end here.
I hope so too. Yeah, it would be really nice to go into the in-demand portion. With the bump. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's always to get a good bump, but yeah. So, chance to win the free trading card artwork. So, make sure you don't miss Michael Bancroft's stream tonight. Show him and Vic some love by going over there and checking it out. That's one reason I had to rest if I'm going to be up that late. And ending Bayo War with Vic, I need to get my rest a little bit today.
All righty, bro. All right, I'll catch you then.
Okay.
All right, peace.
Have a good one.
Bye.